Yes, sir, chat. We here, SUMMERSLAM. Off the hip. Unwelcome your thoughts. My brother Razor, my brother Snake Eyes. We in the building, chat.
Yes, sir.
Back, man. Epic night. Epic fucking night. We here.
Hold on, wait.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody that's going to tap in and hit a live. Shout out to the bro. Coming off an amazing show. Can't wait to talk about it, man. Crazy, man. Crazy. Could it be one of the best shows we ever seen? Might be. Me out the arena, big smile, handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. Can y'all hear me talking?
Yes, sir.
Are we live?
Yep.
I don't think HD can hear me. Can you hear me?
He stepped away, I can tell.
we all live. I was letting that intro run out. Hold on, my bad. I'm here though. We here.
Oh no, I don't hear it. I don't hear the shit.
You don't hear the intro? You heard the intro, Razor?
Yes, sir.
You ain't hear this?
Word to my mother, I ain't hear it again. You know when you talking over that shit.
That's wild.
Yeah, nah, I swear to God I didn't hear it, bro.
About to say we had the intro rolling out for that's about to on. Yeah, and
I'm
you was
just
hearing
vibing
silence. Nah, it makes sense now. And he was hearing the silence. I was listening to the yeah. Nah, we hear though.
Yeah, no.
Real quick, gentlemen. Throw them ones at one time. The king is back. The tribal chief is home.
Yeah. OTC. There's only one.
Yeah, that OTC is right.
It's only one. The aura is back.
And that remix. Woo!
Yeah. Man, oh yo, bro, come on, son. Come on, son. The remix. Hey, yo, hold on, HD. The remix is crazy. The remix is before it even dropped. It was crazy. The aura was immaculate. Come on, man.
Shout out to TikTok. You guys put that out in the universe.
Yo, son. Come on, only off the hip, man. You feel me? We really be speaking life into the universe. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to everybody that's tapped in with us, man. I see y'all out there. Jay Will, I really followed you. Big Billy Bill, man. I appreciate everybody out there. Yes, sir. We're on the ones up tonight, baby. Man, it was an amazing evening from start to finish. He said he called most of it. Ooh, man. Yo, shall we just get right into the beginning match?
Hold on. You doing the Alvin and the Chipmunks again, right, Razor?
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, you doing Alvin again.
Yeah.
Alvin back. You gotta make sure Alvin ain't here first.
Here we go again. See,
Jay Will,
SummerSlam was so wild. You should have known what to do.
Everybody, know what I mean? I'm live on my YouTube too, so everybody that tap in, salute. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody.
Loved everybody.
Mr. Cronkite is back. Am I still? I don't know what's that like. I gotta update or drop or something over here. Like, what?
Nah, you still doing it, my brother?
Real quick.
Still?
Yeah,
still?
A little bit.
You can't let you go out like that. We can't do it. We need to be here. Hey, you find out you got a Timu mic.
Right, like go on. We still.
I mean, he did buy a shitload of merchandise from Timu.
You know what I'm saying? We got the reviews coming soon. Watch out for that episode. You feel me? Making content out of everything. Is it still messed up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Listen, man.
Triple H, let us
on the record. I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all might not like my takes tonight, but fuck it. I'm going how I feel. I'm saying how I feel.
It's only proper.
I'm saying how I feel, man. Call it in the moment or whatever. I mean, we just watched the amazing showcase from start to finish, man.
Like you've been saying, it's a fucking movie.
Like, you know, it's one thing to anticipate something, but then when it's actually happening in a moment, you know what I mean? It's like, wow, goosebumps. It's like, yo, shit crazy. Shit crazy. My boy back, man.
Yes, sir. I hope it go good now. If not, I'm
Oh,
Yeah,
gonna
you
much
change.
sound
better.
better. There you
Much
go.
better.
That's
There
better.
you go. There you go. We here.
You know, I'll be having 1,000 tabs open, Razor. I had to close some of these joints out.
Come on, it's family friendly for the most part. You know better, you socio. You
Had these
trying to find
joints
out.
open.
You trying to find out where you or you know who went to go chill for the night.
You feel me? We trying to find out the good. Where did Dom Take live?
Ooh-wee. Let's get to it.
Yeah, let's
Let's
get
get
to it,
to it.
man.
The opening match is SummerSlam, y'all. We got the Women's Raw Championship on the line. We got Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. That's
Accompanied by
ooh,
her dirty Dominic, her poppy.
Dirty D. Yes, sir. Dirty Dom. Oh boy, out there. How y'all felt about this match? I think this match, like, it really lived up to. I seen some stuff out there, Rhea Ripley doing like them spots with her shoulder.
It popped out like 3 times.
Man,
But that scene where she just ran it into the announce table, popped it back in, that girl built different.
that was a nasty. That was
Man, Man, I'm gonna be real, man. Let's cut the shout out to my nigga Dom, man, for all the dogs, man, for all the dogs out there, for all the niggas, man. Listen, man, my nigga went and he chose his woman. You feel what I'm saying? He chose. You dig me? Shout out to Rhea Ripley. The match was fire, very entertaining all the way through. But at the end of the motherfucking day, my nigga Dom chose Liv. The man came up on a turnbuckle, distracted the referee. I was like, what's going on? I'm gonna be real. I know y'all probably felt the same way. I'm like, hold on, what's going on? Like, is he trying to distract her for real? You know what I'm saying? And then when I seen Liv capitalize, I'm like, nah, Dom, you ain't doing this, bro, right? You ain't really doing this, right? Nah,
the
he did it.
swindle rule. The swindle rule happened. Cause
Dom
I'm
did
not gonna
it.
lie, that moment where he told Rhea, like, yo, don't use the chair, you're not gonna win a title. I'm like, all right. I'm
That
thinking
made a
he on
lot
her
of sense,
side.
though. That made a
Yeah,
lot of sense.
it did. So
Right,
that's what I'm thinking. Like, oh, all right, he on Rhea's side for real. Like, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Then we get that moment. You seen that smirk too after the match concluded. I'm like, oh man.
Dom, you a dead man walking, my boy.
Is
Mommy
he?
gonna fuck you up.
Is he? I don't know. I don't know if we can say that. He might have. He might
Priest
have
gonna fuck you
friends.
up. Mommy gonna fuck you up.
He might have friends, man.
This
What
might
Carlito
work
gonna
in his
do?
favor.
What Carlito gonna do?
No, I ain't talking about Carlito, man. It's another person by the name of Finn Balor, man. You know, I don't think. You know, they both got a relationship with Liv Morgan, man. That might be something. You know.
It definitely
But
might be
damn,
something right there. It
damn,
might work
damn.
out in
I
their
mean, at the end of
favor.
the day, Finn still got gold, like we was talking about. I mean, last episode, Finn still got gold. Liv still got her gold. Dom is playing his role. At the end of the day, the other cats lost everything. You know what I'm saying? They lost everything tonight. So yeah,
Rhea come
it's
home
tough.
with nothing. Damien lost
Back
his.
to that moment real quick. Dom engaging the kiss
Yeah.
in
Lifting
front
her
of
up off
Rhea.
the floor. Diabolical. Lovely.
And did the Eddie Guerrero.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna go. Dom is the top heel in WWE right now.
Oh,
He is
most
the top
definitely.
heel, but he's been that for like a few years. If you take Roman Reigns out the equation for what Roman Reigns brings to the game, like Dom has been that, like the star player, like you know what I'm saying? Like,
Tonight was Dom
bro, I
saying
know he getting a
me.
hell of a bonus for this shit. That man's married. Like this nigga
He
getting
he's
like, come on, son.
reaching. He's
He
reaching
living
that
niggas'
Latino
lives. Like,
heat.
who don't want to have two joints in front of the world? Who don't want to do that in front of like 80,000? I'm about to kiss this bad joint. Like, this, I ain't even had to wrestle. I just came out to kiss a bitch today. Like, Dom is that nigga. Like, Dom is one of them. Like,
The
Modern
women all
day Eddie
want me,
Guerrero.
and the men matches they
Yeah,
eat me.
fact, Eddie, the new Eddie.
Yeah, we watching the modern day Eddie Guerrero right in front of us. You know what I'm saying? Like that take me back to when Eddie used to come out with the Rose with China and all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
he was playing it
Mm-hmm.
up.
How would y'all
Beautiful
rate the
segment.
match though? Like just like it's like the match from out of
At
five
least a
stars.
4.5 out of 5. At least 4.5. Because
All right, you doing five?
Yeah,
I'll go
out of
four
five
and a half.
stars.
Because
I
I mean,
was on a
I'm,
10 scale. I was on a 10 scale. I'll drop down to a 5 scale. I want to say a 4.5. I think the only thing that killed it for me was when they started going back to her shoulder like too many
Mm-hmm.
times. I felt like the first time was really like believe like, oh, she might have just like it still might be real, whatever, but just like the
Yeah,
very last time when she went to the turnbuckle and I'm like, all right, they doing it one too many times, but overall fire match. They told a great story right there. Even in the beginning when Liv kept running out the ring and Rhea was frustrated trying to catch her, and then Rhea had
yeah.
to like stutter step her to you know what I'm saying, to finally catch her. I was like, oh yeah, like that type of stuff is fire right there.
what a way to kick off that show.
Facts. Great
Hell
opening.
yeah.
Amazing opening, man. Like we expect the 5 miles to be dropped at the end of that shit. And I'm sure everybody was like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Hey yo, but let's talk about Rhea Ripley, man. Rhea in that ring looking disgusted. I know she was shocked. Got a feel for her, man, in that moment. She really watched everything. Like, think about everything in that moment. Like, this bitch got my title. This bitch got my poppy. This bitch got this bitch.
No, Poppy turned his back on me after all I did for him.
She
And
just
Liv is
got
the
played.
only one. Liv is the only person to beat her in singles competition the last 2 times. She has lost her last 2 times in the ring has been to Liv
Hmm.
Morgan. By the way, let's add that stat to it.
And
So
now
now
let's
it's
just come
becoming a
back. Let
real.
it be Ronda twice.
It's coming personal. This shit finna go to another level. You know, Rhea ain't leaving this shit alone. This shit finna go up.
And the prospect that like even like worse shit could be revealed later on, like, oh, we've been planned it, like Rhea really gonna be hurt even more, and this is just gonna anger her even more. So, like you said, just her
Mm.
that imagery of her sitting there in the ring, like just feeling like she lost everything for real, got played. Yeah, that shit was a mo. And you know what's funny? They just walk off like a little happy couple, Dominant and Liv, like
Hmm.
no kid, no worries in the world, like.
Like
Yo, you
I
know what's
said,
crazy
I'm
too?
taking
Like,
everything from Rhea.
yo, you know what's crazy? Like, remember the spot outside the ring for the moment with when Rhea was kind of dragging Liv. You know, Dom was laughing. Rhea was real excited. Like, grabbed Dom, licked him. She really thought she had
Yep.
anything other. Like, you licked this nigga. He just did you crazy? Like, Dom really pulled one of them playing Jones tonight. Like, shout out to him, man. Like, and I'm gonna be real, man. Like, everything was perfect about that shit. Like, he picked the title up for Liv. Like, grab your shit. Like, everything was like, nah, like I got you. Like, you good with me. Like, chill. Shout out to my nigga Dom, yo.
Nah, I definitely fucked with that right there. After that, we got Razor's Call as the fastest match of the night.
No. We can't do that. We can't treat the people. We can't do this to the people. To the people that was watching it with us, we don't want to make
You
mistakes
know
here.
better.
Off the hip. We are great at this. Right after that, we end up in the locker room with Judgment Day trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. And
Right.
what did we see?
And Campeon coming like a bat out of hell. Where is he? The fuck's he at? Goes to Finn. Where is he? Pulls him up real close. Like about to shake him on some shit. Like he's ready to just die for this shit. Like he wants blood.
Yoked him up. Yoked up
Yo,
Finn.
yoked them up, HD.
Had his collar with the bacon collar, you heard? It was over for that after. I had to feel like Snake's been caught. The involvement of Finn right there, that just cemented it even more. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And the other PLEs prior, we ain't see nobody interfere or even Finn do what he did tonight. Now, could that backstage segment been the last straw? Or this was the perfect execution? Like Dom just executed with Liv, and now it's time for Finn to finish the plan with Damien. You know what I'm saying? And that'll fuel Snake's
We'll
theory
get to
even
that
more
and
right
that
there.
progresses ends
Right.
for Monday night. Because like
I
I
ain't gonna
said,
lie, just to
this
add on what.
chapter,
Yeah. Now go ahead, raising my bad.
I'm gonna say this chapter is we're barely like on the sentence 2 of page 1 of this chapter. Is like we got a lot to read and digest with this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. When your man Yoke fin up, man, um, yeah, like you said, I kind of like, damn, why would you do that right now? Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? You got one of the biggest matches of your career coming up. Like, why would you trigger him tonight? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you do that?
Not a smart move by Damian Priest, right? Like it could have been the inevitable. It could have been something that was going to happen regardless, or that
Mm-hmm.
moment could have fueled it even more. Like Razor said, we'll find out on Monday. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna get more answers to these questions that we have.
No, but maybe like if he don't yoke him up, do Finn fuck him? Like,
That's
do we fuck him tonight? You know what I'm saying? Do we?
yeah,
You
that's what
know,
I'm thinking.
he
Like
might have been a champion tonight. He might have, been a champion another day. You know what I'm saying? He let his emotions get the best of him at the wrong time when it's like, I can really hurt you tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
and like just to throw it out there, like it don't seem like he planned this out with Gunther. Like he took a kick to the head, unless that was part of the plan too. You know what I'm saying? So, but
But
yeah, we'll
again,
get to that, man. Yeah,
we definitely get to that. But
we'll
as you
get
were
to that, man.
saying,
Braun
next
Breaker
up,
versus Sami Zayn.
and no shortage of excitement whatsoever, picking up from the flames that Liv and Rhea set before them.
Mhm.
Out the gate, Braun's trying to take his head off, run through him, running into the poles, running like a bull stare red.
Yeah, the pace of the match definitely felt like Braun meant business. He wasn't going in there to play no games. Sami
Mhm.
Zayn felt that vibe, so he's trying to counter that. Oh, he just tried to throw a spear at me. I'm gonna try to hit him with the haluva kick.
I'll make him slip.
You feel me? So I like that quick back and forth action by them. I think it's
But
safe to
once
say,
again,
yeah,
but
it's like Snake said, it's Braun Breaker's moment. I felt he was gonna get the moment. It would have been better served for him at SummerSlam rather than Money in the Bank.
Mhm.
Now I still stand on that. I feel like him getting the title tonight was beautiful. Like when they mentioned the history of people that won at SummerSlam in terms of like Intercontinental champions, you got the Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hart, Stone Cold. Like just to throw your name
not
along
only
with those
that,
greats.
the last time the name Steiner was at SummerSlam was 31 years ago.
And you had Pop and Uncle in the building
Fire.
to witness that. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna be real. Shout out to just like Razor was saying on the other show episode, man. Sami Zayn, you ain't. I don't even know why you showed up tonight. Like, I don't even know why you showed up tonight, man. Braun Breaker walked you down, man. Walked you down, man. He tried to end it out the gate, like y'all said. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he kind of like the first time he seen him in the ring, like he said, he kind of took him, ain't take him serious. Braun understood the assignment tonight.
Yeah, he was on his body. He wasn't letting him breathe. There was no time to like, you know what I mean? Play
Mm-hmm.
games, dance around. Like you said, he understood the assignment. He went in with a mission and mission completed.
And once
Yeah.
again, how clean is that Frankensteiner?
Nah, he's always hitting that shit beautifully too. Like that
he
little
he hit
start.
all the family greatest hits except for the camel clutch and Scott's belly to belly.
He used he didn't do the camel clutch at one point in NXT.
I don't think so. I don't think
Yeah,
he's done that little step over belly to belly either.
that'd be a nice little addition to his bag right there if he could add that too.
Hmm.
Cause like I don't want to keep jumping around, but like Gunther adding the sleeper back into his bag too. Like we're gonna get into that later. Like it proved well tonight. You know what I'm saying? Always having that extra finisher in your bag just to keep the match going and shit. But Braun Breaker, I can't wait to see what he going like. What's next for him? To be honest,
If you're Triple H, do you let him don the chainmail headdress?
I don't see why not.
let him like this. They say let him embrace his family roots, his birthright to a degree. Do you let him take that step, or you just keep doing his own thing?
I mean, I feel like there's only one person we can see that's going to challenge him out the gate. Y'all should know who it is.
You feel it's Ilya?
Absolutely. Ilya is coming straight for that smoke immediately.
Yeah.
They kind of got bad blood.
Yep.
So there's that. But I
You
think
really think that
it's a B&B.
Ricochet tier ain't coming back?
It was funny they showed him on the package. I think that was like a little, Easter egg possibly.
Why not? It's
Maybe
part
a
of the
send
story.
off. Yeah, part of the story, whatever. You got Ludwig that also got hurt by Braun. You could throw him in the mix.
Right.
But Ilya is the
any
more
person that Braun been terrorizing could be on deck. You know what I'm saying? That he been terrorizing. For sure.
the next match of the night. Logan Paul versus LA Knight.
Yeah.
A very underrated match that turned out to be very good.
Also,
It was a
I
very
do like
entertaining match, man. This was.
I love how Cole brought up that Ellen was rocking the Jordan Game 6 gear or inspired gear. Because, like I said, Ellen Knight, he's had several opportunities. Close but no cigar. Is this the moment? Is this where you separate yourself from that pack and you actually step up and actually make yourself the marquee of the bright lights?
I want to
And he
give
fully
Logan Paul
delivered.
his flowers. That brother's a showman. Can't be SummerSlam without showmanship. Shout out to MGK pulling up. Pulled up with MGK. Get the crowd involved.
Looking like
My
Slenderman as a
man,
security guard.
hey, everybody used to diss him about having that Prime logo in the ring. But tonight I seen about 3 other sponsorships in that ring with it. Am I wrong?
You had Prime,
I
you
seen
had
cell
Wingstop.
phones. I seen chicken wings. Yeah, we see niggas is following suit.
Straight Talk Wireless might be my new provider.
Let's give credit to my man Logan Paul for setting the paving the way for that. You know what I'm saying? Salute to that brother.
That was the smartest move that WWE could have made at that moment, allowing this man to cook and get, present that to them and not just shoot that down.
Mm-hmm.
Cause we been seeing them like do other shit, but that right there, it give it that. You see that done in other sports, UFC and boxing. And my fault, I didn't mean to cut you off. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
what
you
was gonna say, Snakes?
You Gucci.
What you was gonna say?
What I was just gonna say is like, his title reign ended, obviously, to LA Knight. Well deserved, you know what I'm saying? But when you think about the exchange, you know what I'm saying? Triple H, I'm gonna put this belt on you. What are you gonna do for me?
We're gonna find out.
I feel like Logan Paul has brought shit. He's brought shit to WWE since he's been here. He's added to the brand.
Elevated.
He didn't. Yeah, he's worked on his skills and he's added to the brand. He's brought investment. He's brought a lot of things to the game. You know what I mean? So I expect him to still stay around. Would he have that still same energy without the title on him? Would he care as much still? That's the question. You know what I'm saying?
I think for me, like I was saying yesterday, like I don't know about his contract, but the United States belt, it was just used as like a little. It felt like a prop at something. Even like one could argue when he had it was a prop, but he actually took it places. Like he was taking it to these boxing fights with Jake Paul, wherever he was. Like he's making public appearances with the United States belt.
Right.
You know what
I'm
saying?
Over the United States.
Donald Trump's waist in the interview.
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even on his own podcast on Impulsive, you might have seen that belt a few times just sitting on the table.
Just sitting right there while you're interviewing KD and shit like that.
Yeah, like, and that's huge. It's huge for the title because now it's like, whoa, like this is getting a public eye. Something like I never really seen nobody walking around with the United States title like that, like outside of you know what I'm saying? Outside of WWE. You only see that shit with heavyweight belt. You see the heavyweight champions walk around with their belts. You feel me?
It shows the influence that Logan Paul got as far as like with the youth, you know what I mean, his generation. You know what I'm saying? As far as the social media aspect and all that. And he connected all them dots, you know what I'm saying?
And
he had a good reign, though. He was the longest champion of everybody of the
longest champion. And even with 2 defenses, I'm not gonna lie, like there was a wild story leading up to it. Cause like I want to say like the first 2 months of him having a championship was like them trying to figure out who gonna be his contender. I don't know if y'all remember, they did that whole tournament that was drawn out through a couple SmackDown episodes. Then he got the Kevin Owens, which eventually led to the triple threat we seen at WrestleMania, right? Randy and Kevin Owens. Then we get the match with him and Seth Rollins at what was it? One of the overseas PLEs. I think it was
Saudi show.
It was King and Queens of the Ring. No, that's what they fought.
Might have been, yeah.
So you know, all his work has been fire from. I want to say from when he got the belt from Rey Mysterio, even like all his prior work before getting the belt. But he's done a good job with the belt, being a heel, making main eventers want to contend for that. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Kevin Owens, Randy Orton fighting for the United States.
Classic with Roman Reigns before he even had the belt.
Yeah. Man, so again, LA Knight got his moment.
Also, real quick, I have breaking news. Jose Valenzuela wins by split decision.
Over Pitbull?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's tough. To the back of the line, Pitbull. Well, that Tank shit. That shit. Now I gotta watch that fight out. I gotta watch that shit over.
How y'all feel about LA Knight getting his moment? Y'all feel it's about time or it's overdue?
Long overdue.
Long overdue?
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, overdue. I'm with that. Overdue for sure. Definitely.
I'm looking forward to seeing what we do with him.
You look good with it. You look good with it.
So now here's my question with that.
All right, again.
Who do you line up first, Andrade or Melo?
I know you hate this, but shit, let's triple threat it out.
Honestly,
come on.
I would not be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah.
My only thing is, I'm thinking that too, but we got to get there, right? Like, what's the story going to be for that? Because right now, it seemed like Andrade got the momentum over Carmelo.
Fact.
And on SmackDown, they did touch on this winner's likely going to get the U.S. title shot, the winner of that beef.
I mean, maybe I'm going to be honest too, though. Maybe we could get there after LA Knight runs the fades with each of them. Maybe you see the fade with Andrade first, then Carmelo, and then we spin when we get the triple threat. Or fatal four-way if Logan Paul want to put his name back in the mix.
Say, does he say
when you think about it, right? You said like, what is there for LA Knight? Like, what's on, right? He does have something a little there with Carmelo.
Yep.
Remember the little early on, just walking up like, you're like, man, what's this kid talking to me? Like, now LA Knight is like, nigga, I got this title. Like, you know what I mean? Melo might pull up on him asking for opportunity. And that's when Andrade might be like, fuck you asking for opportunity. I just beat your ass twice. Like, I need that.
Do you see LA Knight doing the open challenges kind of vibe?
Well, you're forgetting two other folks that LA Knight has beef with. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. So here's my thing. Much like I've talked about with the IC belt, I can see a world in which the U.S. title gets maybe fatal four or even an elimination chamber themselves down the road. Everybody got a division full of bodies.
I've always said this too. And I don't know if you remember me saying this, Razor. I missed the championship scramble matches. Now, those haven't happened often. Maybe we've probably only seen like one or two, maybe like a handful of those. But a championship scramble, when you got a time limit in the ring and whoever gets the pinfall is the current champion, I think those matches were fun.
It's been a minute since they did that.
Yeah, it's been a good minute since they did a championship scramble. Have about 4 to 6 dudes in the ring, and they all fighting within the 10-minute, 15 minutes, whatever fucking time limit. And whoever is the champion at the end of this, whoever won, got the last pinfall, is the champion. Fire. Because you could hypothetically see moments where this person held he got the crown, right? This is like capture the crown or capture the hill, right? So like this person got the pinfall. He's your United States champion for now, but at the end of the match, you're not going to credit him as being champion, right? Like we're not running up they numbers. Like they didn't do that back in the day in the championship scramble. Because I think Brian Kendrick, he was in the heavyweight one, right? Spanky.
Might have been. I know Jericho was in one.
It was somebody
Uh,
that had gotten a pin, or it might have been Jeff Hardy. I can't remember
oh,
exactly who, but I felt like it was a
I think we
lightweight.
found our first watch along to hunt down.
Mm. Championship scramble matches. Yeah, they could do something creative with that because, like, we've been seeing so many triple threat matches. I feel like I wouldn't be opposed to seeing like a creative 5-way of like a 4-way, 6, like whatever it is. Put a little step behind it. They've been going down that road of paying homage to old stuff too. Again, we could get to the theories later, but
Yeah.
y'all want to get on to the next match?
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
We got Bayley defending her WWE Women's title against Nia Jax. Hold on, the Queen
I was
of the
say,
Ring.
put some respect on her
I
name.
gotta put some respect. I stand corrected. Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax. Ooh wee. Now she
I just want
didn't
to
come
say,
to the ring. Yep, go ahead.
Nia
Cook, my
Jax brings
brother.
that energy, man. Nia
I
Jax has
love
that
her, bro.
energy. She has that aura. She has that look. You know what I'm saying? Kill, kill, kill. Like her demeanor coming. I love the demeanor tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like she was on some. She was on her bullshit tonight, and she had a plan too. She had a plan. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we
Bailey,
ain't see that time. We
you
ain't
know,
see this. We ain't see that one coming either. I'm gonna be real.
no, not at all. But like I said in our group chat, Bailey brought out gear inspired by the infamous Hug Life moniker that she once donned many moons ago. Like I said, this is their first one-on-one in over 5 years. These two got history in the glory days of NXT.
Type shit.
Nothing short of spectacular. Bailey, you've done a hell of a job as champion, but it ain't your
I
time
did
right
think
now, girl.
Billy's jacket was dope though. It was fire. That was a dope
I'm
jacket.
glad Nia Jax is getting her moment because I felt like whatever it was that led to her release or her like being unhappy with her role, and obviously we know it's different creative now, right? So also within that time period, she took her initiative to still work out with Charlotte Flair, like you know what I'm saying, and get into ring shape so that when that number is called, she was ready
Be
to come
ready.
back. She was ready, bro. So like to me, like shout out to her for still getting that work in the side and not like because there was times where I was reading up on like her updates and it was seeming like she wasn't gonna come back to wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know what I'm saying? We seen she got booked for the this is when AOP was doing their promotion. I forgot what it was. She got booked for that.
And that show never happened.
Right. So again, I'm glad she came back from the Royal Rumble moment. I was hoping that they did this for her, let her go crazy with the title. And then, yo, man, what happened tonight, though, also, I feel like I got to listen to the post show. Tiffy time.
We
Man,
almost had it.
do
We
you
almost
feel
had
like
it.
I feel like we're going to get to it on SmackDown, but it appeared like Nia Jax wasn't even aware of what happened and that like she didn't hear the music because she's celebrating with her, right? Like
Huh? Just
what you
maybe.
what you feel, Snakes? What you felt about that moment? The attempted cash in, Nia Jax still getting the victory and celebrating with Tiffy at, or you think Nia Jax playing it cool?
I think that was the whole shit to fake the cash in. Like, you know what I mean? Like you coming down
Mm.
to fake the cash in, you hear the music, think you think it's coming for you, you know what I'm saying? But it's really distracted for my sister winning. Like, but at some point, she's gonna have to make a decision.
I feel like Tiffy was looking at I don't know if it's me looking into things. Tiffy looked like she when Nia Jax was holding up the belt at the end, looked like Tiffy kept looking at that belt.
Yo, I felt like it was a moment there for her to knock her with that shit. Right there, like
Right?
Yeah.
even though I wouldn't have wanted to see Nia just get this shit snatched from her, but if Tiffy would have hit her with that shit, I wouldn't have been mad, dog. I wouldn't have been mad right there. Man. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. That ass.
I thought it was gonna go the other way, where like when they were celebrating Nia Jax, I thought she was gonna attack Tiffy, to be honest. But we didn't go down that route. But it's interesting what you're saying that could have been the plan the whole time. But for me, like I said, looking at the end of that, I felt like Tiffy was looking at that. Like, do I really cash in on hers? Like, it's that temptation. That temptation's hard, right? You just a cashing away from your first ever heavyweight championship.
She got 11 months with that belt, with that briefcase still.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's a fact. That was a solid match though. You know what I'm saying? Bailey showed some inner strength I'd never seen.
Yes, that power bomb out the corner.
Yeah, she held up for about 10 seconds with that.
It took a few
that's a female
steps
doing that now. That's a female, man. Like, yeah, shout out to Bailey for that.
Yeah, Bailey definitely showed her strength on that. I thought it was cool. Like, she showed a little homage to her old hugger outfit, like you were saying, Razor. Thought that was cool too. I'm an outfit guy. I like to see the fits. I'll be fit checking over here. You know what I'm saying?
We love the callbacks. And
yes, sir.
Like any good comeback, the next match was nothing short of callbacks.
Correct.
Now on to the main course, or the first of several main courses of tonight's evening.
Man.
The Blood Feud, arguably 8-9 months in the making. His first match in WWE, a singles match in 10 years. Michael Cole said the last time he was in a match, he was taking on the Shield. Roman Reigns spears Jon Moxley, where we see the first kink in the Shield, no pun intended.
And he
dons the Bret Hart gear. But before that, we get your boy, the Monday Night Messiah. He is a visionary. He is a revolutionary. He had a bedazzled tank top that would make Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair blush.
I say the referee shirt was fire. The pants though, the ref shirt was type dope. I'm like, hold on, you got the little where the black would be. It was like snake skin. I'm like, oh nah, they really, yeah. I'm like, nah, they finessed the design on that. But the pants though, I felt like man was at the disco type. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they needed the high waters. I'm like, man.
What were you thinking? Black tights or something, or what?
What happened?
What were you thinking? Black tights or something?
Nah, I'm gonna be honest. I really thought he was gonna come out with the Sean giddy up with the short shorts, but I guess that would have been too much of a callback, right? Like too much.
No, wouldn't.
I'm so happy you didn't wear no fucking shorts to this match. What the hell you doing? You ain't wrestling. Like, I'm glad you. You know what I mean? The tank top, like it was the referee shit. I like. I mean, it was dope. It was something different. You know what I mean? Seth Rollins was going to bring a different flair to it. You know what I mean? That was solid. The shit he walked out to, that shit on that dress shit. I don't know what that was. Like, he keep that. Like,
some kind of Becky Lynch's closet.
They was killing me with the opening promo of SummerSlam too, where you just see Seth Rollins do shit with the like whatever green shit he was wearing on that robe. And they did it.
Just made me think about that nigga Rock. Fucking walking clown emoji. You're a clown show. Yeah, that's the only thing Rock kept saying to that nigga. He have no other jokes for that nigga. That's funny as hell. I'm crying. But nah,
and then you had Drew ready for a straight up fade.
I mean,
we talk about attire. Drew shit was cold. The green snakeskin shit, green, like that shit was fire.
That shit was giving me Green Arrow vibes from the DC the CW show.
Local like some fucking Ministry of Darkness type shit.
Yeah, facts. Like he went.
By the way, Drew music is up there. One of the best songs in WWE. One of the best like themes.
It's the drums,
one of the best entrances for real. This shit.
I see what you doing here, Snake.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, that shit fire. That's my nigga Drew. Word.
I ain't gonna lie again, bro. The dopest shit. All three of us go to a wrestling show, bro. We gonna fucking turn that place up. I promise you, bro. All these things, I'm telling you, we gonna Jey Uso shit. What? It's gonna be a party in there.
I'm gonna be looking like Pat McAfee.
Yo,
I'm yeeting all over the place, Cole.
I'm gonna
Real
get to
shit.
Jey Uso later because something just wrong in my head with him. But we're gonna get to
But
that.
let's get back to the match at hand again.
Yes,
Bell to bell,
This is a classic. I'm
physicality.
gonna put in the C word on it. This is a classic match.
I agree.
One of those you're
Starting
gonna look back on as years for years to come. Like, and go ahead, Razor, because I know you want to get into your round. You know what I mean?
let's say leading off, you had Seth trying to tame both of them, saying, "Hey, I'm the man in charge. You listen to me. I call the shots." Trying to separate both of them, and they ain't trying to hear that. The whole time they was trying to hear none of that. They was ready to fight.
Yeah, shout out to my nigga Robert Log. When I see you, man, you chat spamming right now. I see you though, buddy.
Turn up the chat, man. Turn up, turn up. Nah, this match right here was definitely a classic because again, I always like to stand corrected, and I felt like Drew was gonna be he outsmarted Punk, and I was surprised that Drew was able to outsmart Punk, and it also showed me like also we reminded every man has a weakness, right? Like you can want to fight for your family and all of that, but fighting for your family in the haste of the moment, you can make bad decisions. It can lead you to making some irrational decisions. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of times where
Yeah,
I
all right.
felt
Let me
like,
ask you a question.
Mhm.
Sometimes when you get put in that situation, right, your family and all that shit like that, do you have a choice?
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Like it
And
can
the
make you
predicament he was
it
put in,
remind.
like you gotta think
Mm-hmm.
about it, right? Because I like the way like the angle was put on that in that moment because the angle we seen was they both was laid out. We couldn't really see the bracelet, but we could see Seth Rollins, and he kind of just like slipped and grabbed it and just like kind of just threw it on his wrist and kept like reference. So he had no malice intent when he picked it up. But you got to think about it. Soon as CM Punk get up and then he notices and shit, and he see it not on Drew's on Seth, one of his other ops. He seen red, like
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And
Of
that was like a
course.
turning point of the match for sure.
Because it's like we always say is imagery and symbolism, right? Let's say if that bracelet was a neck, you know, the necklace that everybody wears with somebody's picture on it.
Yeah.
Let's say
Mm-hmm.
if Drew had a possession of that, and then you see Seth wearing it, that'll light you up too. So I understand what Snakes is saying about seeing Seth. Like he's like, how now you part of this? Hold on,
Bro,
how'd
to
you
be
get
honest,
like
Drew was
you could
never supposed to have it. So now I'm a nigga got it. Like, you know what I'm
and you could
saying? Like,
right? And
no
then
one is
his
never supposed to
like,
have this. This shit got my wife and dog name. Like, y'all niggas is
yeah,
violating.
this
Like,
ain't to be passed along to be touched by others. This is sacred.
right,
And
right.
yeah, so
But even like you guys touched on, why they said hand it over from the jump. Be like, my bad. Here you
Yeah,
go.
right.
mm-hmm.
I just scooped it up.
That's true.
He could right, but then on the same hand, just to play devil's advocate, Seth could be thinking like, let me not distract. I'll give it to him after the match, right? Like after the match is done,
Facts. Facts.
because I could give it to you right here. I could give you this, and let's say for whatever reason, CM Punk is just adorning it. Like, yes, I got it back, and then Claymore.
Mm-hmm.
The thing
One,
is that you're not just picking up any little item on the floor. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that, but I love that. You know what I'm saying? That was a big part in all of this. You know what I'm saying? And like,
yeah, the
it
storytelling was immaculate. I'm not even gonna
yeah,
lie.
it gave Drew enough time to recover and you know what I'm
Shout
saying,
out to
do
Stuff.
what he
I
had to
see Stuff.
do. You feel me?
But also, let's not blow past this either. Punk threw the first shot at Seth with the GTS.
Yeah. Now that's why I was surprised. Remember, I said Drew was gonna attack Steph. So now this changed my whole dynamic. Like now, once everything comes to be, it's up between Seth and CM Punk.
Y'all gotta
And
remember, fellas. That nigga
mm-hmm,
CM Punk told Seth, don't be in my way, bro.
mm-hmm.
You got my bracelet on. You yelling in my face talking about the company don't want me and all this shit. You disrespecting me. You got my family shit on. You are the ref. I can't even touch you for real. I'm trying to just like get with it, handle this dude. And you know what I mean? Man, F all this shit. That's what I think fuck just said. F this whole match. Fuck everything. Fuck both of y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't care about winning no more. But, unfortunately, Drew was able to, recover in that moment too and take advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Once it was the first roll up, where remember when CM Punk was in the corner and Seth Rollins was about to hit Drew McIntyre with the chair. Drew moves, and then CM Punk has Drew rolled up for about like whatever 4 seconds, and Seth is slow to count. I knew right
Mm-hmm.
there shit was going downhill for CM Punk. I'm like, yeah,
I
this is
will
the
say
start
this
of
though, like, cause there's a lot of little details in this shit about who may have did what to somebody first. But if you think about it, like Drew had the advances early on, and Seth was like kind of egging Drew on to kill him. Like he's like, you say you want to kill him, like kill him. Like he kind of was doing that shit first, like egging Drew on first, bro. Turning his back, letting him slam his head through the dams. Like he was like Seth was kind
He's
of
like, you said
wanting
you was
Drew.
gonna do it, do it.
Yeah, like he wanted Punk to get
instigating it.
destroyed in there, but he had to kind of like let Punk have the same, you know what I'm saying, reign. But if he could stand there and watch CM Punk get killed the whole match, he would have let that shit happen, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially you seeing
I
how he
think
was just
Seth played
sitting
the
up on
hell
the
of a
ropes.
like that was like I think Seth played one of the best referees, special guest referees I've seen. Like I love how he played this role in that shit, son.
Again, it was a beautifully told story right there. Seth Rollins, I agree. I wasn't expecting this to be this good. Like he was entertaining as a referee. They
Mm-hmm.
had a lot of spots where I feel like they used him correctly. It wasn't like he was just out, you know what I mean? Like just out there for most of the match. And like you start asking, well, why'd y'all really put him in this match? Like everything made sense. So for me, I was happy with even with Drew winning, I was happy with how things turned out because it made sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
And for a second, before we move forward, because we cannot take this match for granted here. You know what I mean? Because we living in a generation where we just want to move on to the next thing. Like, what's next? What's next? What's next? Like, we so
No,
damn
we let
eager
it
to
breathe.
spoil you, right? But let's think about how we got here. CM Punk has not wrestled in so long. You look at what I'm saying? Since the injury, this was his first in-ring match. You got Drew McIntyre getting one of his biggest matches of his career. CM Punk brought the nostalgia and everything to this match. CM Punk looked in great shape. CM Punk was out there getting busy. Let's give CM Punk credit. He didn't look like he was washed. He didn't look like he couldn't hang. He didn't look like he's done. No. CM Punk looked like he put in that work to be, you know what I'm saying? To
Mm-hmm.
continue to add to this beautiful brand we love, which is the WWE, man. So salute to CM Punk. I think he did excellent tonight. You know what I'm saying? For his first in-ring match back after a long time, all the injuries and all that, he did amazing out there. You know what I mean?
Now CM Punk definitely looked good because from what we know, he walked out of there good and healthy. So that's always a plus. And I
Yeah,
didn't
we get
see
to
no
see another
slip
match
ups.
from him. Yeah, so
Right. You feel me? Like I felt like I didn't see no slip ups. Everything looked good out there. He did what I felt like he just stuck to his guns. You know what I'm saying? Match was definitely entertaining and fire.
Phil
facts.
screwed Phil.
Nah, I mean, he did though. Again, when you not thinking, because even some of the like in a movie, right? We'll watch like a hero get the job done. His family could be on the line, and he'll sit there and run like the transporter and get everything done. You feel me? Like Jason
Mm-hmm.
Statham in these movies. But this ain't the movies. You feel me? See that all of that built. You feel me? All of that built up. It was able to affect CM Punk's judgment, his decision making.
Now let me ask y'all this because not only did he, which I want to say, he crashed out over his bracelet, he crashed out in there, lost it. You know what I mean? And that cost him the match. He screwed himself, right? Drew still left with the bracelet. Again, like this shit is not like. So it's kind of like when you wake up from not only you taking that L and you realizing this nigga that you hate still got that,
I
and you want to
still
take it
got
and out
this.
on Seth. Like, where are we going next? Like, what decision does he make? Does he go after his family belongings, or does he, Seth? You know what I mean? Like, what would you do? Like, if you were Sam Park, like,
Mm.
You could probably maybe have the run back in Berlin, save the stuff with Seth a little longer. I'm sure we'll have some pull up our stuff with them on the way there, but the real money fight is gonna be Punk versus Seth. You can say that for Survivor Series, maybe even Rumble or Mania, but we have replanted the seeds for that officially now.
and if you think about
Let
it,
that marinate.
You got like when the match was over, Seth just stand there, be funny. He ain't like laugh. He left out the ring mad. because I think his intentions was kind of in the right place. Like the fact that CM Punk was tripping him over the bridge, like he didn't have it to try to be funny towards him. Like he just picked it up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I hated y'all, but you know what? I was gonna kind of cut a fair match. I'll start counting, you know what I mean? Like y'all both get up on each other, do wild dirty shit. I was gonna call it down the middle. You made me just like, you feel me? So I kind of feel like Seth was kind of pissed too. Like that was a visual for me too. Seeing how he left out, he was kind of really mad. Like, you know what I mean?
That's why I was gonna answer your question with a question like, did Seth really do anything wrong? Right? Like when CM Punk looks back at the footage, he might be like, damn, I overanalyzed this. And now he might be trying to apologize to Seth, and Seth ain't having that.
Right.
So I
sneak him.
Yeah, like whatever it is, because I don't really see CM Punk giving a flat out apology, but like more of like I blew that bag. You know what I mean?
He'll probably find a way to finesse and put it on Seth or whatever. You had my property on you. You put your nose in my business type shit.
Again, making the wrong decisions.
And Drew gonna be in the background saying, "Look at what I got, bitch."
Yep. While they
like,
over there
let's be
fighting.
real, like Drew, you ain't all the way like out of it either, because like you did a little slick, chest moves in the ring, pushing CM Punk into Seth, dropping him. Like Seth is not a ref. He know what you doing. Like you know what I mean. Like he know what you know what I'm saying. Like he just had a role to play. But like at the end of the day, I think this is all gonna intertwine. I think we see a triple threat maybe coming out of this. Berlin. Like
Let me ask you guys this:
Berlin.
do you guys see Drew eventually breaking that bracelet?
Yeah, we talking about next level, going to another level, right? Adding more to what
Mm-hmm.
was already, like, this is already a Welsh steak. Like, how can you make this shit even, like, hell yeah, nigga, that shit's good. That's hell yeah. Why not?
That'll turn into a filet mignon present to you on fire.
Get the truffle butter on there.
Whoa,
Yep.
what?
Whole bay on there.
I'm surprised they haven't done that, but to really make this that'll be
I thought we were getting that today. When he grabbed it again.
Yeah, every time he teases like stretching it like this,
yeah,
I'm like,
you gonna do it. You're gonna do
it. but all right, but so now with Drew got the win. Drew got the W over CM Punk. He got the W. Drew's finna talk nice tomorrow. Drew's finna come out talking real nice tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You know you're gonna be feeling yourself, dogs. Like, get this bum out of here. We don't need this bum. He's a bum.
That's what he was saying when he walked off the ramp. He said, "He's out of here. He's done."
Yeah, he gonna be talking crazy to him tomorrow. Like,
this might be the summer of Drew, so to speak, Razor. You know how they had them summers apart. Now he's over here ruining Punk's end of his summer. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he got a shirt that says DM Hunk. He might start wearing that more often.
Man.
And you see that earlier he signed a CM Punk shirt saying "fuck CM Punk" and wrote "cunt" on it.
Top level.
He is gonna be in his bag.
Yeah, Drew up right now, man. Drew up.
And he's been the man for going on a year and a half now. He's been on his A game.
Yeah.
Definitely, I don't want to say he needed this victory, but it did good for him picking up this victory tonight, especially walking out with the bracelet.
Mm-hmm. He is now 3-1 at SummerSlam. I love the statistics that WWE has now added to the shows for the casuals and people that may not know who this person is or who It gives you like word, you wrestled in SummerSlam 2 other time. Like, you know what I mean? It gives you an idea who this person is. He ain't just some new jack. So I think Drew is now 3-1 at SummerSlam, man. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Drew, man.
Then we get.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got a few segments before the next match. We got a glimpse of wrestling royalty in attendance. Big Sexy Kevin Nash, X-Pac, Diamond Dallas Page, the Steiner Brothers. Basically, the NWO in a press box.
Legendary.
That's
But
fire. That's
also,
if that's something they do going forward too, low key. Like they had a little legend suite for these major PLEs.
I mean, the stadiums bring that feel, you know what I mean? And give people that privacy, give people that, you know what I mean? So I think they feel more comfortable in that type of vibe, like, you know. But yeah, by the way, the whole setup, you know what I mean? As far as like, you know, the entrance, how they coming out the thing, they set up the setup was beautiful. Thought the setup was dope. You know what I mean?
Are you a fan of the curved rampway, or you don't really care?
No, I love that. I love the extended walk. I love you know what I mean? Like I love that. I love that. So that's what I'm
do they,
used
do
to. I
they got to
remember
be
those
100 yards
days.
though?
Like I remember those back in the day, Royal Rumble, like nigga coming out was a long walk to the ring. Like I remember that. Like
The most epic shit was Charles Robinson running to the ring when the referee had to make that long trot to the ring.
yeah,
Like yeah, it
WrestleMania
felt
It's
was
like
like the
yeah.
yeah,
air is flying.
it felt like he was
Yeah, that
running
nigga won a
forever.
100 meter. Like that nigga. But nah, I like the rib shit. I like that shit. That shit is dope. Then when on Babs Bunny, he killed that shit. That's like the first time I really like fucked with it hard when Babs Bunny entrance when that was like the extended shit that he cooked that. That was fire.
SummerSlam gave me a WrestleMania Junior vibes. Like it's really like when they go two nights.
Mm-hmm.
I felt
That's gonna be
like
insane.
yeah. Just as a sidebar, before we get into the next match, WrestleMania 39, it had tie-in to like both nights had tie-in, right? But WrestleMania 40 was done perfectly with the implications of one match from night one leading into
Hmm.
night two.
So
Mm-hmm.
you have to watch night one to know the complete story for night two.
Right.
Right. As to where WrestleMania 39, yeah, you had the Usos main events in night one, and then Roman and Cody main events in the second night. But I felt like there was
Hmm.
no real like, you know what I'm saying? Like you didn't really have to watch night one to really watch night two. As to where WrestleMania 40, like you just stated, there was a tie, it was continuity with it within the storyline for both nights. Now they do that next year for SummerSlam.
I mean, they adding that cinema. You know what I mean? That cinema brings that. You know what I mean? Like,
And speaking of cinema, leading into the next match, we get part two of Tales from the Judgment Day Clubhouse. Damian Priest is trying to do a little woo-saw moment to himself. Ben comes in, tries to like say bear the hatchet, whatever. They both apologize. Well, Damian apologizes first, losing is cool, but even preemptively, Finn also issues an apology of his own.
mhm.
And you could tell there was a little tension there, and we all had a theory that Finn was plotting something. But well, let's just get into it. We had, like I said before, arguably the sleeper match on the card, and this was nothing short of that. The Ring General Gunter versus El Campeón Damian Priest of the Judgment Day. That was a
Now
fight.
this everything that happened in the first when the night began led up to this match. Also, we were just talking about that. Damn you should have never did what you did, man. You know what I mean? Like you were saying in the chat, this is going to be SummerSlam is definitely one of the better events of late, definitely, but it's definitely going to be known as the night where Judgment Day kind of ended, like you were saying. You know what I'm saying?
Cole even said it.
Yeah,
Like
the
Damian Priest had
implosion, the fall.
Damian
Mhm.
Priest in the last few weeks. We was talking about the extra energy he be putting in. You know what I'm saying? Like where he been going at, and I'm saying you kind of been kind of crushing. I'm gonna be real. If let's be honest here. Gunther won with the help from Finn. I can make the case, man. Damian might have beat him. Damien might have beat that man straight up.
I did not think, to be honest, I didn't think Damian was going to be able to match that physicality for that long.
Come on.
I love to be I love it when I'm proven wrong in instances like this because that just shows to us that Damien hasn't put the work in, and he came in the time he was like this. Now he's up to here. as far as his capabilities. So I would love to see that run back whenever, whether it's Raw, Berlin, Survivor Series, Bad Blood, whenever.
Man, we
I'm
seen
ready for it.
Priest put blood on Gunther.
I don't think no one's ever drawn blood from Gunter. Ilya couldn't do it. Sheamus and Drew couldn't do it. But Campeon, New York's finest, he did it.
Yeah, Priest stock, man. What you were saying about being in the ring with Priest, it was gonna elevate his game. I feel like it 1000% did that tonight. I seen the side of Priest that I felt was there. It just had to be unlocked. Like we knew he could strike. You know what I'm saying? We knew that he could be in there with some of the best. But the way he was just striking and at some points manhandling Gunther, like it looked like on the South of Heaven, like Gunther was sandbagging him a little bit, and Priest is still lifting him up. Like, nah, you going up for this?
Yeah, no, I'm him.
Yeah, like, all right, you
I'm gonna
ain't.
beat the respect into you.
Facts.
But again,
By the way,
as far as
Eminem is performing right now before Terrence
yep,
Crawford comes out. Eminem
Oh
is
wait,
performing right now for everybody in the chat. Just everybody
oh
on my
wait.
two device shit right now, and all of us on my
Yeah,
two device. I
I
my
just
niggas tapped
glanced
in. They got
over.
a
I'm
device.
looking at it.
Yeah,
but again, I said like back to what we touched on as what essentially took the air out of the Cleveland Brown Stadium. Gunther hits Priest, or no, Gunther takes a shot from Priest. One, two. Finn puts the leg over the rope. Priest sees the replay. Finn eerily turns around, looking at him like, "Yeah, I did that."
but Finn looked at him like, "Yo, bro, do you know how fucking long I wanted to do that to you, dogs? You've been pissing me off so fucking long." And he was kind of mad because, like, Gunther, you didn't fucking win this shit. Like, you supposed to win. Like, what if that shit would have went wrong? Like, Damien would have still retained it. That shit could have been bad for Finn. Like, he could look fucking
Well,
bad. Like,
in between sleepers, we got to tease that because he breaks out the first sleeper. Instead of going passing on Gunther, Priest goes straight to trying to choke out Finn. Like
and
you
I love that
motherfucker,
he put him out.
you turned your back on me.
I love that he put him out. It was like he went out on his own. You know what I'm saying? You didn't pin me, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, like, you know what I mean? You choke me out, cool. You know what I'm saying? With the help from one of my fucking friends, nigga, but you ain't pinning me, nigga. I'd have kicked out. That's probably why Gunther ain't pinned that nigga. I'm choking this nigga again. Like, after he did the power bomb, he could have pinned that nigga and said, nah, I'm going back to the choke.
He said, "No,
I'm choking
I'm
this
putting
nigga
you out
out.
your misery."
Yeah, I'm choking this nigga out. He ain't gonna remember this shit. I'm gonna wake up, I'm the champ, nigga. I ain't pinning this nigga. This nigga kick out of this shit again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And then we get the visual when Priest comes through. First thing he sees, Finn Balor, the Prince, staring a hole through his soul. Like
nah,
I'm
and no,
still
hold on.
here.
Before Gunther got the victory, Priest almost got a hold of that nigga through the ring. He was trying to grab that nigga
Hmm.
neck off.
That's
That
the
was like
one
a
part
Roman
that I
Reigns set
yeah.
shit. Like, he see red now when he see Finn. Like, it's up. Like,
It's on site on Raw.
for the rest of the career. See that bad blood shit. You saw that bad blood pay per view makes mad sense now. Like, now that shit is like, that shit makes mad sense. Like,
So I feel like now Finn just ensured his own funeral. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and y'all was on the money too with the Bash and Berlin shit with Gunther being champ. Like, everything kind of fell into place. What we saying, like, everything.
yeah,
That
people
man's
gotta
gonna get a
bless him in
standing
for that.
ovation in Berlin in 4 weeks. That man gonna be treated like God out there.
Facts.
All right, so I feel like they removing. Oh, I could be wrong when saying this, but I feel like they might take away Damian Priest from the heavyweight title scene for now. Like I could, in my mind, I feel like his attention is gonna be fully on Finn right now. He want that lick back.
Got to
Like,
be.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it was the attempt, it was the intent behind everything. You know what I'm saying? He put this man leg on the road. I was about to win,
I'm
and
gonna
you
be
did some
real.
sleaze. Yeah. Go ahead, say.
How you
He
even
about
gonna compete, Finn? Because you got, like you said, you got gold. You ain't like defending them how? Damien's every time y'all try to nigga what? They not gonna be able to defend nothing. Like Damien on them niggas help us. I promise them niggas gonna be able to defend nothing. He gonna try to make them niggas lose them Jones.
Well, like we said, that now we get to see where Dominic's his loyalty is, where Carlito's loyalty is, or is everyone on some solo dolo shit.
Now I will say this. There was a moment backstage where Finn was kind of wondering where the fuck Dom was at.
Yeah, they was looking for him, couldn't find him. Like I
Now,
said,
all right, now listen. Now let's go like long story telling, like long term storytelling, right? There's still that key moment with the hotel. There's still that car shit when they first pulled up together. Like it's still shit with Liv and Finn. Like, what if Dom like you did that to Rhea, you find out Finn cracking that and you lose both of them Johns. Like and you like
it's like what you and Isha touched on about a few weeks back. Finn could have told Liv this is the plan. Liv probably said, "Nah, I got a better plan, and this plan only benefits me."
because I'm gonna go out on a limb. I don't think Dom told Liv that was not nothing they planned. Dom did that on his own, bro. When
She
Dom
seemed
went
a
to go
bit
kiss her, bro,
surprised,
she didn't
right?
even. She was surprised, yeah, bro.
Ooh,
When he went to kiss her, she was on some like, whoa, what? Like you know what I'm
Even
saying? She
when
went
when
with it
when
because
he
it's like
picked her
she
up.
really liked
Yeah.
him, and when he did all that time, made her cry. She really thought that shit was real. Because remember, usually she'll fake the cry and then like smirk because she like, you know what I mean? Nah, she was really hurt by that shit he was saying. So today, that was some he like he really like. I believe, bro, that she didn't know like oh this nigga like.
hey,
So now is
everyone got
that
their own
on him?
agendas
Is that
now.
on him if you find out Finn nigga like you know what I'm saying? Like if Finn rock that like nigga. I mean
Let's take a moment to see. There's just anticipate what we have looking forward to Raw this coming Monday. We
Mm.
have the fallout between Liv and Rhea. We have the fallout between Damien and Finn, and whatever happens with those Judgment Day. On top of that, we have the debut on Wyatt Six.
we have the crowning of Braun Breaker.
Gunter in the celebration.
Fact.
The fallout with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre. Is 3 hours enough for Raw this Monday?
Probably not. That was a
Holy
5-star
shit!
match though. That was a 5-star match with Damian Priest and I think the last like every match was like a 4 and up, but like the last 4 was all box office, all of them, all of them.
Like I said, this was one where we had to keep an eye on because it could have went either really well, which it did, or it could have went the opposite way. And this exceeded all expectations.
Yeah, that was
Like me
crazy.
and AC touched on earlier, this is going to be a PLE that I wouldn't
Nigga, I'm
doubt that
watching
Raw
this
was
shit
going to be
again.
rewatched.
What do you mean?
See,
I'm watching this ready to get this shit got replay value like a motherfucker. What?
Hell yeah.
and this is
And I
rare
want to watch
because
Roman
most
back.
folks
I'm
say
gonna
that,
get like 1,000 of them million views he about to get. I guarantee. I'm finna get 1,000 of those just his interest alone.
but that's kind of what I was talking about. Like last time was how special this PLE is because when was the last time when you heard folks before the show even happens, folks are talking about, oh no, when this is over, I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna rewatch it again. I'm gonna rewatch it again. I'm gonna rewatch it again.
I
We
ain't say
don't
that
say that
about none of
about
the
any
PLEs
show.
this year. I ain't say that about none of them.
Exactly.
That's not saying none of them wasn't great. But this had that
This one was
feel
just
like
special.
yeah. SummerSlam was like, and then like WWE, y'all might be giving niggas too much. You gonna get niggas 2 days of this? Like this is a lot. Like
So
2 days.
actually, I'm asking you the question again, like I asked you last night. Is this SummerSlam on par with the takeovers of legend in the Triple H regime back in the original Black and Gold era?
Yes,
Of
yes,
course.
yes, 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 yes.
Of
And I don't
course.
even know what you're talking about, but yes.
It's giving me that. It's no, it's for real. Like it's giving me
I'm
that
saying,
feel, bro.
I'm gonna keep it 100. The takeovers was special, like
Yeah, I
four or
missed
five
that
matches,
era.
or whatever.
I missed that
No,
era.
Yo, the most special shit Triple H did was when remember when the camera was panned on him, and then went to the crowd, NXT, everybody lost their shit. Like he
hmm
was doing special, and he do that now too. When he coming out before the shows, get the crowd hype. That's like y'all talk about setting tones and shit. Triple H setting tones in these PLEs, like that shit. It's a vibe for real. And
we
seeing it
here,
done in
we
this
active.
stadium, bro. In that stadium was fire, bro. Like seeing an outdoor venue for SummerSlam is always like selfishly. I like to have because we don't really got many outdoor venues that like MSG is a closed venue and Barclays is closed. If you want, you gotta go to the MetLife, right? Over in
Yeah,
Jersey.
MetLife, Lincoln Financial, maybe even Levi up in Santa Clara here in California.
They went to Philly though. Remember they went to Philly for WrestleMania.
Oh, Mania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
that's Lincoln Financial.
whenever they did SummerSlams here for them 4 years, remember when they bring SummerSlam over here for like 4 years straight in Barclays, Razor, like they did like
Yep.
3 or 4 in LA on your side, and then they came over here to our side. This right here, like this is a vibe, bro. They really do shit like this. They are doing shit like this. I mean, it's not if they start, they're already doing it. It's being done.
So next year at uh we're at Lucas Oil Stadium. They have a roof, yes. Pat McAfee, Jim Irsay, open that goddamn roof, please.
If you can, go for it.
Jim, the people are gonna want that goddamn roof open.
I'm crying. I just give a certain different look to it. That shit fire.
Hell yeah.
I think Eminem doing a whole concert, by the way, too.
I see that.
This is not
He's
just like
still
one
going.
song and the fighters walk out. This nigga doing a whole album.
He doing the whole set.
That's serious.
Nah, this is fire. This is fire for Terrence Crawford though. Like,
What the Crawford fight, bro?
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't even start yet.
This is crazy.
But,
like this type of activity going on.
But before we get to the main event, antics, I want to touch on one segment that we kind of brushed by, featuring a man that I like to say is my spirit animal, Otis, in that little Manscaped promo they did. How y'all feel about that?
I ain't gonna lie, this shit. I mean, I don't know, bro. It was wild. Like,
no comment.
Yeah, it was wild, bro.
I mean, cut them a check because they did well for the part, but the shit that was happening, no comment. I might go buy that though, but no comment.
Now, remember, they Raw has been flirting with doing the non-PG stuff.
Yeah.
So let me ask you: you think FTR would have been okay because it's for like an advertisement?
Well, like we said in shows past, you got to be comfortable with your own skin. Yeah, not every idea is going to be a box office idea, but again, have a little fun with it sometimes.
I mean, it was dope seeing Apollo and them get that little scene. Apollo and Baron was in there.
I was like, nah, Baron a barber now. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Shining up his baldy. He was shining up his baldy. I'm like, man.
They real friends. They really friends.
And then you have Otis, Tozawa, and Maxine come out. Tozawa plays with a little beard brush. He got no more face color than me. Like, I ain't got shit.
It was a good segment, though.
I thought it was an excellent palate cleanser from everything else. Like, it was just pure adrenaline. Get a little stop, get a couple laughs, and all right, get a little reset. That's all it was what it needed to be. Because Otis, he's never going to not be funny. I don't care what anyone says.
Nah, that little pump fake, like he going into the trunks, but he going to the belly for real. That was clever. It was clever.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, nah, Otis about to go crazy right now. Like, he about to wow. Then he just started shaving his belly. I'm like, nah, he got it. That was funny. Oh, y'all ready for the?
Then we have two guys left.
The piece de resistance, the creme de la creme, the main event of the evening.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Just as an honorable mention, right?
Okay.
Okay. What AZ about to say is nigga funny.
Jelly roll with the choke slam.
Where are my manners?
But think about it, man.
Theory got them hops.
A fan shouldn't be able to do a clean choke slam like that. Hikuleo can't do one. I'm so happy when they like shout to him because they saving my dog, but he's definitely capable of doing what Jelly Roll did. Come on.
That's it. Theory got them ups.
I
You
ain't gonna
can't see
lie.
that boy in a store.
He put some oomph on that choke slam. That nigga, that nigga did that shit
I'm gonna
like
make
it
you
was.
look good.
Nah, he violated.
Shout
Piccolo
out to
versus
Truth for
Jelly.
bringing up the Rock and Roll Express. Shout out Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton Jr.
Just
I can
wanted
see
to throw
Scott
that.
Steiner in the press box going, son of a bitch.
I had to throw that honorable mention in there before we get to the main event. You know what I'm saying?
I was hoping when you were going to bring it up. It can't be all me bringing up all the dumb shit.
I was surprised to see him get up in the ring. My boy hit the 5-knuckle shuffle. He was about to not get up off the floor. You heard? Boys had to help him. Like that's it.
Derek Brunson called it a 15-knuckle shuffle.
Man, crazy. Nah, that was a fun moment though for him. Like you seen all three of them go and do the 5-knuckle shuffle. I'm like, all right, 15. Mate, you feel me? Like I'm like, all right, a little something for them to do on the pay-per-view. Main event time though. Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. WWE title is on the line.
The Bloodline rules.
Ooh. We got
Solo's
Featuring
Solo.
not playing. Solo's not playing.
But before we get into that, we did get essentially the retirement walkout for the legendary Pharaoh Rhodes.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
we
He
bumped
gonna
into a
he gonna
legend.
he gonna enjoy being a house dog now.
And we bumped into a legend.
The
man.
the
By the
enforcer.
way, I'll take a great time to do this. FU TK. You know what that stands for. You know what I mean? Legends where they supposed to be. You know what I
Well,
mean?
let's give the OG his proper introduction. He is
Yeah,
a founding
absolutely.
member of the Four Horsemen. He is the enforcer. WWE Hall of Famer, Double A, the master of the spine buster, Arn. I got the 45 Anderson on me.
Mm.
But nah.
On said he got some friends. Cody's got some friends.
They're on the way.
They're on the way.
I know who his friend was.
Mm.
We'll get to that in a little bit, but Cody with an incredible entrance, Solo with another incredible entrance. I need that helmet that Cody had.
That shit was fire.
Once it goes on WWE Shop, I'm 99% gonna buy it.
That mask is done by the person that does the Wyatt mask, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was
Tell
me.
you, that man's on a roll.
How'd y'all feel about the match before? How'd y'all feel about the match before the so-called shenanigans started to take place?
I didn't think it was gonna be as clean as like the first would be as clean as well. I thought they would have quicked it with the furniture and everything else, but it was I almost forgot it was Bloodline Rules for the most part because it was strictly in the ring on some one-on-one shit. So I was
I
like, wait
swear
a minute, it's
Solo
Bloodline
upped his
Rules. Like,
game. Solo upped his game.
bro,
Did his study and did his homework. Knew a lot of shit Cody was gonna do. You know what I mean? Stood his ground. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Cody is who's Cody is. So he took him to them deep waters. You know what I'm saying? Like Cody do. And I mean, how else can we put it like after that, man? Like the game came. GLD pulled up.
hitting Cody with guerrilla warfare, a
That
move
was
I haven't
cold.
seen them
That
do.
was cold.
Mm.
That was one of their finishers in New Japan.
By the
It
way,
was their twist
Tonga,
on.
you
It was
fucked
a
up
twist on the
again,
Magic
Tonga.
Killer.
They
I,
got
I
you,
didn't fuck up
Tonga.
now.
They got you. We ain't got time, but they got you. You fucked up the throw to the ropes. You didn't botch that, but we nigga botched. He botched some shit tonight. I'm telling y'all. But
The man's got one eye this time.
it happened so fast we ain't even probably even noticed it. But that nigga's funny. So he's becoming like just funny in the ring, son. Son, for real. And I shouldn't be laughing at him because he's supposed to be one of the dangerous niggas from Japan. But that nigga's become one funny ass nigga in the ring, son. For real.
But given what they had him do, this was one of his better outings. So again, he's
Nah,
getting
facts,
there.
facts. I'll give you that. Definitely.
But then in comes, as anticipated and predicted, Kevin Owens. Next, we hear.
I
Go ahead, fire away. I know you got some of the
like that.
chamber.
That was the yo, bro. Out of everything, that was the most predictable shit, bro. Like I knew this. Like, come on. Like I seen that from a mile of fucking way. Like then KO's like KO, you running like you really about to say it today. Like stop, dog. Like you coming here for God, niggas is ready to pound you out. Like KO coming here. Like, come on, man. And then a big dog came out for sure. Then
Then
a real
we
big dog.
heard the voices in our head.
Yeah, then was a real big dog popped out.
But
Randy
did you
funny
know this?
too.
Who was out there to meet Randy on Jump? Tamatonga. I'm telling you, that's going to be something to watch for the next couple years. That's a special matchup right there.
Yeah. Was y'all surprised like when they kind of like took the fight to the shit? Like, you know what I mean? Or that was what they want to do, just get them out the way. So Cody could
It,
finish handling business.
it seemed like they just threw it on the wall because they know folks are going to react to it. Like nothing more, nothing less than that, which to me I felt was kind of a waste for all four of them.
But you knew you
If
didn't
that was
see
the
the
case,
most dangerous motherfucker there. You didn't think about that?
him again, him you got to say. But if he came out afterwards and say those four were already ringside, whatever, almost something like a lumberjack type match, it would have been different. But in the manner that they did it, it seems like the Gorillas, KO, and Randy were just a fart in the air. They're just the afterthought.
By the way,
Because
where the fuck did he come
everybody
from?
was waiting to see when the werewolf was going to appear. That's all they wanted to see. They really didn't care for everybody else.
Now, I mean, I felt like that they had to take him away to make the crowd think a little bit. Like, all right, when are we gonna bring him? Are you like, you know what I'm saying? What's the plan here? And then obviously when we get to the point where Cody about to hit the trifecta of crossroads, we see Jacob pop up,
That
make
goddamn moonsault.
make that save. You know what I'm saying?
Where the fuck did he come from?
I don't fucking know.
That nigga came from out of nowhere. And I'm gonna
But
be real. Let's put it like he's been punishing everybody. Like everybody, like from small to the big niggas, like from small to the Codys, the niggas that's holding gold. Like he been killing Cody. Like he be killing Cody. So Cody be getting punished by Jacob, dog. Like, and it's
mhm.
something I noticed that we're gonna get to, because I found it kind of odd, like with Jacob being who he is. You know what I mean? We'll get there, man. But you
I
know,
think I know where we're going, but I say, yeah, let's hold on that for a few more minutes.
Terrence Crawford is in the
But
ring, by the way, man.
yeah,
That's
but let me ask
About to
you guys
go
this:
down.
should we be disappointed that Jay didn't appear just yet, or is it
Nah,
okay to let that marinate a little while longer?
it's hard to let it marinate. I think Roman Reigns doing the Birdman hand rub at the end. He got a plan.
I'm gonna be real with
Okay,
y'all.
we'll go to it then. All right, let's just jump
Me,
to it.
y'all know personally, I did like say I expected to see Jay, Jimmy, and all that, and we didn't get them. I'm gonna lie, I did expect to hear one of them come, but like when bro shit hit, it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter. Like you know what I'm saying?
But let's before we we want to get there. Y'all feel Jacob's injuries legit or just
I mean,
a way to keep a way to limit his interaction with Roman for now?
possibly the latter, but if anything, I mean, like I said, that you see how far you jumped again. Like he probably mistimed it. That corner might have been a little slick or whatever. Little he bounced near bounce angle or something. I'm sure he's fine.
And it's like he's human. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? He get hurt. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you know.
And again, he goes at like 200 miles an hour. But again, the surprisingly unexpected, expected surprise out of the blue, we hear two two two. Immediately, folks. But like I said, this crowd could have had moments where it could have rivaled France. I think that when that music hit with a very beautiful remix of that song, I dare them to put up that decibel meter because if that was the roof over that bitch, it might have you would have saw blood out of the ears. type shit. That was electric.
My boy just had a new energy about him too, like new energy, but like business though, like you know what I'm saying. It was the right
Rejuvenated.
time. Yeah, it was like the right time, bro. Like you feel me? And like you said, the music was fire. Solo, like he seen a ghost. You feel me? Like what the fuck? And
That
it was like
slow stroll.
you knew in that moment, like Solo, you fucked up, but like how you gonna handle Cody? Like I was like kind of like, what are you gonna do with Cody? And then I mean, and then the
Even
speech.
Kodak very starstruck too.
Remember what I told y'all? Now I want to get on. I want to get on you, Razor. I want to get on you. You know what? Because you've been throwing this Seth Rollins shit out there. You gotta go after Seth Rollins. You gotta go after Seth Rollins. My man's a changed man, bro. He changed, B. My man on some
We don't
different
know that
shit.
yet.
He on some different shit. OTC. My boy shook the building. He shook the building on the return. He shook the building on the return. Straight ass Solo put him down. Like I brought you in this shit. Like I made you. Like you been violating. And Cody, I'm gonna give
Solo
you this one.
shook.
I'm gonna give you this one. I'm gonna like, you know what I mean?
Solo
Everybody gets
had
one.
Solo had the look of a man that talked shit about somebody and really ain't expect them to pop up on the scene.
It's like that scene in the movies where the kid's talking shit about the bully, and the bully that randomly that just creeps up on them. They turn around. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it was one of those vibes. Like Solo really was selling Roman being back. You know what I'm saying? That shit was just
Big
fire.
homie's back. Big bro's back. The big
Mhm.
dog is back on his yard.
The
Facts.
OTC is back. I ain't gonna lie
But
too. Like Snake said though, he had like a new energy to him, or like that reinvigorated energy to him, re-energized. You know what I'm saying? And boy, looking like he ready to go. I'm glad they bring him back. Now's the time. The rest of the four is about to get crazy. Once we get past some of the fours, about to look spooky leading into the winter.
but I think Roman's in that very rare spot, similar to like the early 2000s when Triple H was here, and then there like 2010 when Cena was here, or whatever, where they just came back out of nowhere. They're at that point to where whether sooner or later, there is no wrong answer when to bring him back. He's at that level to where again, like they could have had him gone maybe till a Rumble, whatever. It would have been fine. He could have pulled him off SmackDown. It would have been fine.
Let me ask you:
He's
so
at a
you
point to
think
where
fans would have been disappointed if Roman would have not showed up tonight? Like they would have been happy with the rest of the pay per view, but with that match,
no, because again, even the man, I think a lot of us thought if he would have came out, it'd have been after the match is completed. No one guessed that he would have been the possible deciding factor in the match.
mm. Nah, but I mean, like, what if he don't show at all at SummerSlam? We don't even bring him back now.
Like I said, then that would have been a time to maybe even reintroduce a Jay, maybe even reintroduce a Jimmy, maybe even a Piccolo potentially to where further establishes the dominance of the bloodline. There's a whole lot of ways they could have went about it. Like I said, the blood is in a spot to where there's not really a wrong answer to whatever move that they make.
I
Now,
like the whole demeanor
now
of everything.
here's the kicker. Imagine that reaction when we hear that music, or we hear the old Tribal Chief music, and the first person that walks out is none other than Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman about to get that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat babyface pop. There's so much to look forward to with this. Summer
I
was
was
the
right
summer
about
of
that slow
Drew.
walking shit. That slow walking with
That's
like
what I'm
bringing
saying.
Jimmy and getting to like yeah, like because Roman was enough. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you just brought that energy.
Summer may have been the summer of Drew, but the fall is the season of the King. The King is
Mm.
back. And I said, just think, you don't have to send Roman to Berlin, but you damn sure he's gonna be in Atlanta for Bad Blood. He'll be in Canada for Survivor Series War Games, mind you.
This is a top 5 event of this last decade. This is a top 5 return of all time for Roman Reigns.
I'll put this. I'll put this one up there with John
Dom
Cena
Kissing
return
Liv
from the Royal
and
Rumble.
Dom turn on Rhea is the top 5, top 10 WWE moment. There's a lot of shit that came from this event tonight that's in history books.
Some are saying this might have been the biggest pop Roman Reigns ever got.
And I'm being real. I was caught up in the moment. I gotta go read. Like, you feel me? I was caught up in the moment. Like, I'm in the chat, like talking to y'all niggas. Like, this shit happened. Like, it happened. Like,
Jumped out my
fast,
chair
bro.
once I heard the music. It was crazy.
I actually spilled the beer when that shit happened. I was like, do my ears deceive me? I got a towel over my feet right now. Like
It was real.
I
Like,
said, my hair, I had so many goosebumps or whatever. I had chills down my spine. Because at first I thought maybe Solo's trolling or whatever, because it's a different song. And when we see him walk, god damn, this is why I love this industry, because like I said, just when we think we have all the answers, nah, the cerebral assassin has a whole new line of questions. Like, oh wait a minute, okay, I wasn't ready for all this.
I like how he calmly walked to the ring, and then with no hesitation, as he gets to the ring, he goes in and straight nails Superman punch, Solo, a spear, give Cody that look. Like,
You know what's good.
yeah, walks down the ramp.
Get him away.
Cody's stunned. He can't believe what's going on.
Cause like,
Neither
is
could
it
we.
like Solo deserved that? But at the same time, it's like, you know, at the end of the day, nigga, the only nigga that's gonna ever have that belt besides you is me. Remember how Stone Cold was? Like, nigga just didn't want nobody with that shit. Like, that shit gotta be mine. Like, that's what Roman
Mm-hmm.
on. That shit gotta be mine.
And I think it's something like me and Razor touched on, where the tribal chief can't just assign himself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Roman's coming back to stamp that, like, I'm the tribal chief. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only tribal chief.
Well, like when Roman first used that moniker, he said the elders dubbed me the tribal chief. Solo, like I said, he told the Warriors him, no, that's just got to be earned.
Man, this could be interpreted so many ways. You got like,
I love
obviously
it.
Roman by default helped Cody.
I'll be back.
You know what I'm saying? Roman helped Cody
You can
retain.
say,
It is what it is. But you know what I'm saying? I feel the purpose is he really upset with what everything Solo's been saying over the past few weeks and months.
Roman's going, you gonna call me weak? You gonna
Mm.
say I let the family down? You gonna invoke my name to my people, my fans, the house that I built? Nah. Remember, I'm still big bro in this family. I can still whoop your ass. I can whoop your brother's asses.
That's what I'm saying. And then the demeanor says it all, like, with no hesitation. Like, I know why I'm here. It's to send that message.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, the Birdman hand rub at the end leads me to believe, like, he already has a plan in place. And he's
Like I said,
I feel like between him and his cousins, the Usos, he can be the voice of reason.
I was tripping back then. The power got to my head. I'm sorry. Give me one more chance. Let me make this right.
And also sprinkle onto the fact, let's go back on our dominant reign. Let's do it right this time, though.
When we was on top, no one could touch us. The longest reigning tag team champions. The longest reigning heavyweight champion. We are the ones.
Because I feel like if they're going to push Roman as the face in the story, it's like he got to kind of accept responsibility for prior transgressions, you know what I'm saying? And putting them through what he put them through. He got to own up to it, but also still remind them like how he used to. Yo, we're a family, dog. Like that's what family go through this shit. Shit happens, but it
Brothers
was
fight.
always But my intent was to always have us on top. And in my line, you guys had the belts. I had the belt. We was running things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sell them on it. And I think they're going to, like, that's the way.
We are the reason everyone's selling out right now.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, Raw is can't miss TV. SmackDown's can't miss TV. In 7 weeks, they go to USA. Friday to the 13th. Ooh.
It's going to get spooky. You said September?
Yep, Friday the 13th
That's
is
next month.
when SmackDown goes to USA, and on October 1st, NXT goes to CW.
Shucky, quack, quack. It's about to get crazy.
I like it.
Oh, yeah. Man, I'm glad that Roman's back, though, because I feel like we take some of our top tier superstars for granted. And sometimes they need the rest, right? Like, but
like I said, when he came back at the pandemic, he didn't miss a day aside from that day one show when he's out with COVID. But other than that, he was just balls to the wall. All the house shows, all the SmackDowns, most of the Raws, all the PLEs. And again, he looked like I said, he'd been training with some bodybuilders with us, so he got some size on him back again.
yeah, he's definitely looking good out there. So I'm glad to see him back. I'm expecting to see him on SmackDown, but maybe not. Maybe we see what happens. Maybe they wait till I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be surprised if he doesn't pull up on SmackDown, to be honest.
It'll be a troll of him. It'll be like, yeah, I costed you. Now you got to hold that till the next time I come back.
Yeah. I can see that because it'd be one of those. Yeah, I show up on my time.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. Ooh, I'm hyped for this week.
And he's still a free agent, technically, right? So,
and that's why I'm not ruling out the stuff with Seth. Like I said, Roman's going to hand out warning shots to everybody. Like I said, I can see a world tour where, like I said, Punk's mouthing off the set. They're going back and forth.
Hell,
I don't know where you just see a spear. And much like with Cody, Roman looks at Punk with that stare saying, "This is personal. You should know something about personal." You know who I know.
I even see Paul Heyman showing up on Raw. Let's say he shows up to Raw with Jimmy on behalf of Roman.
Like I said, is this 3 hours enough for Raw with what we got to look forward to these next few weeks? Netflix, you guys know what you guys are inheriting. Do you understand what you guys have bought?
Oui.
Like it's not even January yet.
They cooking up.
Tony, you got some work to do, my boy.
Yeah,
you better have a plan post Wembley, or it's your ass.
There might be some good stuff that we got to catch in the post conference. So I might get to watching that because we got to wait for them to, I guess, edit out whatever they're gonna edit out on these replays. They don't just put them up like they used to right away.
I'm sure it'll be up within the next hour or so because the show ended around 8.
Yep. I'm over here looking right now. There's nothing there. Not even the post show, if I'm not mistaken. So,
if anything would have been noteworthy, it would have already been blown up on Twitter by now.
Yeah, Snakes has said something. He has sent something in the chat that Triple H said, but I didn't really click into it. I didn't want it to come over the feed right now. It's not even a video. It's just a quote. If what I believe to
Yeah.
be true, you ain't see nothing yet.
So and he's been kind of like flirting with that phrase for the last few shows now, which tells us he had some stuff in the works.
Oh yeah,
And with him, like I said, he's in his rhythm to where, like I said, similar to the takeover shows. The big shows will have purpose. These smaller shows will have a level of significance. Everything is for a reason, and you can't afford to miss any shows. So, like I said last night, buckle up, kids.
yeah. It's about to be a ride.
Man, just focus right now.
Yeah, I was trying to go to the recently added to see if they posted the but I guess they keep the post show. I don't know if they keep the post show part of like a different section or if it's part of the ending of SummerSlam.
It's a different section unless it's still live.
Yeah, nah, it been cut off, but yeah.
And besides, with the PLE, what can you afford to edit out?
I don't know.
They might just upload it all as is.
Then we in the second round of the Crawford fight, so I'm gonna just check that out until WWE do whatever they do and check out for some feeds for them.
Same here.
Yeah, I haven't been able to really lock in on the Crawford fight, so we gonna do
They're,
that.
they're in the filling out process still.
Yeah, it's looking like they picking up some pace now. I don't know.
Well, the round's just about over.
Yep.
Honestly, I can see it going to decision, but I can also see it ending between rounds 7 and 9. That's just my hot take on that, but we'll see.
But tomorrow, chat, we shall be back with y'all with some more content. We're gonna give y'all you got something else?
Also, you want to do a Sunday show? I'm down.
I mean, I'm saying we could bring them to fights because they got this going on. We could talk about the Olympics, you know what I'm saying, or the
So, have you had a chance to listen to Vultures 2 yet?
Nah, I haven't.
That dropped yesterday. I definitely want to pick your the snake's brain on that. Because there was a few lines in there that were very, I won't say unexpected, but they were interesting.
The first thing I typed it in on Twitter, somebody said Vultures 2 is so ass. I'm screaming.
I mean, the album what it was, but there's a few lines in there that I thought were interesting throughout this album.
Man, I'm just seeing right now again that Logan Paul springboard moonsault. I forgot how awesome that was.
Or even LA Knight doing that little his little springboard off the corner.
Yeah, springing up to the top rope though. Yeah,
tell you, everyone's been stepping their game up.
Yeah, I'm happy everybody getting in their bag.
And also, I know we didn't touch on this with Snake, but your thoughts on that almost catastrophe into that? I guess we're gonna call it a super brainbuster.
On which spot was that?
Where Ellen that was initially aiming for a superplex, but if he just missed his grip or whatever, but that was almost a bad landing for both of them.
You know, I might have just looked down at the text messages or something. I ain't even peeped out. I gotta see.
Yeah, so
it
was a little questionable, but Logan Paul and LA Knight were able to like maneuver what made air tour. They made it look like a brainbuster instead, but that if both of them didn't know what they were doing, it could have been a lot worse.
Michael Cole said the revival of the Roman Empire.
Oh, did he tweet that?
Nah, he said that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so I guess SummerSlam 2024 will be known as the implosion of Judgment Day and the return of the Empire.
that's again why I'm not concerned with Damian Priest, right? Like I kind of seen this happen at WrestleMania, right, with him, where he lost the tag team championships with Finn. And I ain't gonna lie, I was a little peeved about it because I didn't think they was gonna let him turn
Well,
around.
it wasn't a Finn and JD.
Nah, it was Finn. This is when he still had the Money in the Bank. This was
Oh,
what, night one when they defended the tag belts in that,
that's right.
but they had the blue and red belts, right? And this is when Theory and Grayson got the
And
SmackDown.
the ladder match. That's right. Yeah.
Yep. And then Truth and Miz got the ones for that the Judgment Day were
I
holding.
got that mixed up when JD filled in and Finn tells him, "I wish you were out there with me."
Yeah, yep. So at that point, I was kind of peeved. I'm like, damn, they did Priest dirty. Like they're gonna make him walk around with the briefcase. He got no belt. But then when he cashed in the very next night on McIntyre, I was like, okay, I just got to be patient. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know what's gonna happen. I personally thought they were gonna have a situation where they had Damian Priest lose. Like, I thought this stuff for Finn was gonna happen sooner, right? Because there was a point where Damian Priest, and this could even be why Finn Balor, like you could date what I'm about to say to even why he did what he did now. There was a point when Damian Priest had the briefcase and Finn Balor was fighting Seth Rollins for the championship on Raw, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like he had him where he wanted him. Looked like he was about to hit him with the coup de grace, and then Priest
And
comes
Finn sees that and he's like, "What are you doing?"
right. So like Finn could have been doing some grimy stuff now, but if he goes back to that moment, there was that moment also. Like Priest kind of fucked up his chance. Matter of fact, it wasn't even at the Raw. It was the pay-per-view at the PLE, I think, when he was jacking that 7 years. That it's been 7 years. Me and Seth, you know what I'm saying? I've waited 7 years to face Seth,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked like he had Seth right where he wanted him. And Priest comes out from the timekeepers area, out the crowd, and Finn loses focus. You know what I'm saying? So, and it seemed like Finn kind of like, it seemed like he forgave him for that, right? Like, just continued to go on. They became tag team championships. But who's to say he ever really forgave him for that or forgot about it?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it's water under the bridge, but that don't really mean shit.
Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So again, that's why I wasn't mad with anything that I seen tonight. Like, I don't feel like, oh, they could have did this and did that better. I enjoy what I seen from every aspect.
Okay, they taste of the right. How do you improve what we saw tonight? I would love to listen to some hot takes for that from folks. Like, how do you improve on what was practically a perfect show?
Just about.
I
Just
mean,
about.
maybe Rhea winning and all that, maybe, but still, it's like, given what we have to look forward to, I don't know if it would be better. It might be as good, but
I want to say, like, with all due respect, because I'm happy she won. I think the match that probably slowed things down in terms of pace was probably the Nia Jackson and Bailey match. You
yeah,
know, but that's not to say it wasn't a bad match. It's just with everything,
it's not their style.
yeah. It's just with everything we've seen. But aside from that, if that's the only thing I could see somebody trying to nitpick, maybe the pace of that match. But great PLE for me. I was happy with it. I'm ready to watch it again, honestly. So that's where I'm at with it. Like you said, near perfect. I mean, I'm ready to give it a 10 out of 10 off the merit that I think in the greens we could say this is the one of the best show. You remove WrestleMania, one of the best shows of
This
2024.
might be this might be the best show. I
Yeah,
mean,
like
yeah, like I said, you take out Rumble and Mania.
this is living up to Big Four standards, though. This is one of the
Mhm.
Big Four PLEs. Why not?
This is the second oldest show that they have in history. Mania is the oldest. This was the second oldest.
Then you got Survivor Series and Rumble.
I think it's Rumble then Survivor Series.
Big Four right there.
But we notice like Rumble, Mania, and Sorcerers, each one's been better than the next.
And I think it should be that way with the talent that you possess and the way that you can build these storylines. I don't see, and then you go down to the camera work, the production value, everything's just going up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I expect that, but when I see it, I fucking appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't take it for granted because they could easily give us a copy and paste. You know what I'm saying?
Which we might see from time to time, but even then, if it comes off as copy and paste, they still find a way to make it look good. They
And I
try to
still
justify why it's copy and paste. Like, yes,
get
it's kind of yes,
story.
he's done it before, but guess what? We like this matchup because it makes the most sense. We like this matchup because it's very physical.
And they continue to add dynamics. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but when Braun and Ilya had their match, I've never seen, like, we've seen them go over, but I've never seen Braun end the match versus him like that off the like flash
Oh,
KO.
I can't recall seeing anybody having a match like that, aside from when maybe Big Show had that right hand punch. But even
So
then, that's a maybe.
so now Ilya could really want blood whenever it's his time to come back. Like, hold on.
Like that was a lucky shot.
Yeah, now I'm gonna do that to you. You know, like he has that in him to make it believable. So I feel like again, adding dynamics to things like you said, it could be copy and paste. We can give us these matches that like, but we're not giving you the same finishes. We adding shit, adding to the story.
You get a whole nother 3-4 layers to the story.
Yes, that's what I'm really enjoying about this time too. Again, like go to Gunther and Priest. I feel like their matchup, it wasn't just all right. We know that Priest is fucking like the Finn Balor situation is happening, right? So they needed that to happen to get the belt off of him for Gunther. No, they fucking told the story in the ring still before that even happened.
Because Gunther said, "I'm better than you, have better opportunities than you. You're just a street rat. You're trash."
And then
Made it personal.
one can argue, right? Priest had Gunther won. But the first thing I said in my mind, I see Gunther rolling away to the ropes. I said, this isn't a veteran move for Priest to pin him right there. I knew something
Yeah,
was going up.
and that's one of the very short list of blemishes throughout the show.
But it still caused for that moment because the camera work was good as to where you don't see Finn, right? Like you don't see him, like it just happens. His foot, whoop, he goes, puts his leg on the rope. But still, with that, I knew, like, just again, how many times we see that spot? We rarely see anybody take a victory by pinning somebody right there. Like,
Mm-hmm. Even though you said earlier, it's very uncharacteristic of Gunther. Either he rolls out or he stays there in the ring.
mm-hmm. So just that moment itself where he rolled a bit and then stood there, Priest ain't really assured that he's in a spot where he won't break, like get a rope break.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of felt there was, and I didn't know it was gonna be Finn Balor. I thought it would have been Gunther just putting his own foot on, like, you know, I thought that was gonna happen.
Right.
But
And then maybe Graves touches on the fact that Gunter hasn't been tested quite ever, or something like that. Because like I said, this is the first time where someone drew blood on him.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like in WWE, like you were mentioning the names earlier, we could continue to mention them. Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Ilya, you know, the list goes on. But I didn't expect Priest. I can't say I expected Priest to draw blood on Gunther. And if I would have called it, I thought Gunther would have drawn blood on Priest first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's with Gunter's signature move, those chops.
Man, yo, he was nailing them things, and I like the difference. And he was giving them downward chops,
Just putting his whole body into it.
Yeah, that whole and I like to see the variety in chops. That's why I kind of joked that I was like the chops over flips. You know what I'm saying? Because Cause it was just you see Gunther's chops, like he really nails it in. Like he'll
Add
nail
that
that.
farm in there, maybe an elbow, sneak an elbow in there too.
Yeah. And then Damian style, which we just said, that downward motion,
Just,
you started even, I think towards the second time where Damian Priest started to do that to him, you start seeing Gunther do it back. Like, man, now he started doing it. I was like, oh yeah, they
you know,
getting it
wait a
now.
minute. Why is this hurting me?
And from that moment on, Gunther started turning up on him. That's when I was like, and then we get on to the moment, you know what I'm saying? But again, the night was fucking fire to me. Like, I was wrong with the Damian Priest walking out as champion. But again, now I like to be corrected. I would like to have seen how that match would have went without the interference. You know what I'm saying? That's what and again, that's why I say they leave room for us to salivate for that in the future.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't just make this a bullshit match where, okay, you're gonna go over
That could be on Raw. It could be in Berlin. Maybe it's there for Bad Blood potentially. It wouldn't be mad at that. But I think we can all kind of predict the card for Bad Blood right now, or at least we can foreshadow 3 matches potentially.
and this is shaping up to be a hell of a Royal Rumble, to be fair. I know that's too early to speak on, but like just like to play out the scenario for me, I feel like, all right, we got a scenario where we could have the Bloodline and Judgment Day's storylines in the Royal Rumble match.
You could even have the return of Brock Lesnar and CM Punk in that same ring.
A lot. It's gonna be like that. Yeah, remember when we
You got
felt
The
like,
Rock in there. On top of that, Cody Rhodes in there, Seth Rollins in there.
it's gonna be like that year when we seen everybody in the Rumble where it was Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar. Like that year, I think we even seen Gunther. Was that the year that Cody won? Was it that year?
Yeah,
Bro, that year was, aside from like us feeling like we knew Cody was gonna come back and win, like that roster pool that was in the Royal Rumble was one of the better ones. I feel like, and last year's also, we got Punk in it. You know what I'm saying? But the last two, I think this year, like you said, each year the PLE's been getting better. The individual PLEs, they, you know.
like the age old saying, you always want to be better than what you were yesterday.
No, I mean, this is a business, and in all forms of business, I never understood the point of wanting to be stagnant. Like you want to continue to take that step up. The trajectory goes up. It's only better for everybody.
And look at Raw, for instance. Yeah, they just snagged a $5 billion deal with Netflix. Oh yeah, that's cool. All right, but this is going to run out eventually. Let's start setting up for the next contract. How much bigger could that contract be? Could be 7 billion. Could be 10 billion. Maybe NXT gets $1 billion deal their own selves. SmackDown could possibly go to Netflix for maybe 10-20 billion potentially with that loaded roster. Because like I said, the plan is for Netflix to have all of it. How do you justify that? And then from a business standpoint, I wonder what their asking price for the whole library is, because it ain't gonna be peanuts.
No, and I feel like WWE has a great bargaining chip on their shoulders when I can feel like this. When I first seen WWE to go to Peacock, they were the only thing on Peacock with their own section.
Right.
And that's what WWE brings to the negotiation table. Like, we're changing your platform. Like,
we are a one of one.
Yeah, like you can't put us in the movie section, in the TV section, in the documentary section. No, we're our own content, own entity, branded. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't even slight us and put us in the wrestling, like just try to like dismiss. No, we want our logo there, WWE. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that,
I mean, you
like,
want to talk about sports? That's cool, but guess what? We are World Wrestling Entertainment.
now I'll stand corrected if Netflix doesn't do that for them, but I can envision like if Peacock gave the rollout for WWE the way they did, I think Netflix is going to do something similar, if not crazier, for them.
Most deaf.
Yeah, like So that WWE, they definitely, again, I always say they doing business well, and it's better for us. Like sometimes when I go watch old pay-per-views, I love watching them. But then when it's like the production level of now, it's like damn,
We
they
see
came
the
a long,
evolution.
yeah, like wow, like they came a long way from how they was really just you know figuring it out, so to say. Like a lot of shit was they knew it, but they were just throwing shit on the wall too. Now it seems like there's a full on formula, like, and before we stick to anything decisively, we try shit out here and there, but they really like got a whole analytic. I feel like the analytics for WWE right now is on a whole different level. Like again, I don't want to say
Then
everything they've been doing has been like, oh my god, 10 out of 10. But it's hard to say that it's a 1 out of 10. We can't lie and say that. Like,
so let's break it down this way. Probably the least entertaining thing is probably stuff with Theory and Grace Wall, and that's still probably a fair 8 on a bad day.
who you saying?
The least entertaining thing is probably maybe an Otis segment or even a Grayson Waller Austin Theory thing, but even that's like a 7.5, 8 on a bad day because they're still cooking with some stuff. They're just
So
doing something a little different.
would you pardon me, would you consider like NXT like content that we're speaking about right now? We just talk about like main Raw or SmackDown content. 'Cause I feel like
What
getting
NXT is
some shit on.
what NXT is
Yeah, I
doing
be
right
feel.
now,
Yeah,
I think because they're trying. My thing with them is like they're gonna move in a couple months' time, like right before Bad Blood. When that go home show happens, is when they debut on CW. Okay, they I feel like recently they've been trying to force too much to try to rush what they were building organically at the start of the summer. Like they got a whiff of the stuff with the collab from TNA and their own stuff with the women's division, but it's like I'm worried that they may get a little too ahead of themselves. They have a solid formula. Just let that do its own thing. I trust me, it will translate just fine on CW. Just trust your own process. You don't have to speed things up. There's no reason to speed things up. And that
I,
might take them a few weeks to realize that.
sometimes I feel like the main objective or the main mission of NXT. Now, don't get me wrong, the matches, the stories be fine, but the main mission statement, I be a little confused by. Like, I don't get the objective of what we're doing in NXT. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And that's sometimes why I be like a little disengaged with NXT because I feel like I want to invest in them. There's fucking talent down there, and
But sometimes they're a little all over the place.
yeah, like I don't know if we
Maybe
should.
the drama with the women's division, the stuff with Charlie Dempsey and the No Quarter Cast crew to whatever the fuck is with Pete Dunne and Trick to the stuff with the family,
The family.
the stuff with Metaphor and Ethan Page, if that's still a thing.
Now again, I
Like,
don't like the concept of we gotta wait for the draft to call up NXT, or even the night after Mania, like that concept of having to wait after the night after Mania or WWE draft to get NXT superstars on the main roster. I don't know what's a good way to bring them in. Like I think surprise, like or I don't know what's the correct way because again, it's hard to familiarize an audience, a main roster Raw and SmackDown audience that may not watch NXT. They might get surprised on one. Who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this girl?
right. And they're at a point where I feel like they're trying to introduce too many people. I said it's only a 2 hour show. The last thing we want is to have an AEW situation where there's 100 names on the list, and we're like, all right, how come we haven't seen so and so in 6, 7 months?
Now, do you feel NXT should go full? They go try and go full out third brand.
If they're gonna be on public television, that should be their objective because they earned that contract on their own merit. So they should strive to be respected as such, which is a third brand. Whether you go back to the game show days or NXT as its own brand in whatever period, they've been around over 10 years, long enough to be established as its own brand.
Do you think the contracts have anything to do with it? 'Cause I feel like they do. And
Possibly.
yeah, like that's a tough spot where you got NXT developmental contracts and some of these guys they're already kind of developed. Like one could
And
argue
then, and then you have folks that are on NIL deals on top of that. So again, like I said, you have enough bodies to where you can pick from a crop and say, all right, these are the folks that we're going to essentially be our top tier batch. It's again, there's nothing wrong with them establishing that pecking order, but again, just stick to that. The fans will be fine with it, especially now they're going back on the road as well, and just do how they've built Raw and SmackDown with quality storytelling. But there is an established pecking order of upper main card, main event status, mid card guys, and folks that are there just to get the mid card guys to that next level. Same with the women's division. And now that we're incorporating the women's tag matches on all shows, all of them ready to have them as their own brand.
yeah, because I'm trying to find a way. Like I feel like they didn't pigeonhole themselves, but they put them in a weird spot where like you're putting development on television, right? And I mean they got to gain experience, the television experience somehow, right? So it's like you got that issue.
I mean, it's obvious after Vince slaughtered that brand, they had to put the training wheels back on for good reason. And now it's at a point to where I think now's an opportune time to take those training wheels off permanently. Because again, you have enough folks that are veterans. If the plan is to ultimately have NXT and TNA merge, you have veterans on there that have WWE experience and have them on for some of the bigger shows that you, if you want to establish a big four for NXT. But again, you have the bodies to do it. Just trust the youth. They will figure it out. They've done tremendously thus far.
Yeah, because I think the formula that they had before when Triple H was running it was dope. You get a signee, you show them at the takeover PLE, you know they coming at some point, right?
They do a year and a half, 2 years, and they're up.
Yep. That
But
formula
we're,
was
at a point to, but we're at a point to where, aside from again maybe a Zilla or even a Matt Cardona, there's no real quote unquote indie darlings right now. So that recipe is long gone. But they also are at a point where with these NIL deals and how the PC is run now, they've proven they can turn anybody into a wrestler and make them a star. Whether it be someone with an athletic background like a Bianca Belair, a Sol Ruka, a Kiana James, or even a celebrity like a Pat McAfee, a Bad Bunny, a Logan Paul. Like, it doesn't matter who you are, they can get something out of you if you actually want to put the work in.
yeah, because I think that's the only thing we can nitpick that's going on in WWE right now is NXT. But if you don't consider that part of the main programming that you guys watch on the regular, and we won't count that. But that's just if you guys want to include that. Everything else been like again nitpicking. The moments themselves, though, the stories, they've been fired.
And especially with NXT, some of the new folks, some are going to catch on quicker than others. I mean, look at the rising star that is Javon Evans, for example.
Yes, sir. Yo,
He's been on the rise since he got there, and you look at folks maybe like a Brooks Jensen, who folks wanted to be that way, but for whatever reason, maybe the powers that be don't quite see him there just yet. Or even guys like a Dante Chan, Alexis King, and Eddie Thorpe.
even
Guys
John,
who,
even Briggs, right?
yeah, that's what I thought. Like with him and Briggs, Briggs and is another one where we've been around for a minute. They're still trying to find a zone, and again, sometimes it takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day. Some folks got to put that extra couple hours in after school to try to make sure they get their reps to get that knowledge in. But you got to want to put that work in.
And then so to say, right? Like this is the way I view it too. In terms of NXT talent coming up, let's just say there's if going up was a reward, or not a reward, but an award. Like you know how you got the MVP, the six man of the year, those awards. Like if you only had a
Right.
handful of those to give out each year, then I would think you give it to a mixture of a talent. Like you see how they bring up the Creed brothers. Like they might not be the most polished on the mic just yet, but they could fucking go.
You put them at the right scenario, like what we could get with Chad Gable, who could be a mouthpiece to them for the time being. Same with Ivy Nile.
And Lyra Valkyria, like they haven't given her a chance to go wild on the stick yet. I think, in my opinion, but it doesn't. She's still working the ring. She still
Also,
go.
former NXT Women's Champion.
And they got Braun Breaker, and Ilya. They've been letting them get their talking time.
hmm
So if you do like
And then
that, things might work. You got Blair Davenport coming up. She's making a splash over on SmackDown.
it's only a matter of time before maybe we get a Roxanne Perez up. It might be a few years before we get like a Soul Rook or a Lola Vice up. I think they'll probably have one with the NXT Women's Belt beforehand, or even with the men's. I mean, how soon? I mean, how soon do you bring up Trick Williams, or maybe even bring Noam Dar back up to the main roster?
Right. Like Blair Davenport, like I feel like did she hold NXT Women's Gold over there?
NXT UK, yes. Regular NXT, I'm not certain.
Yeah, so like when I seen her, I felt like she was like already seeing her in NXT. I was like, oh no, this is a chick that they could really put on the main roster, right? And then they end up doing it. You know what I'm saying? So
hmm
she kind of just they put her right there on SmackDown. She fits right in to me. Yeah, but NXT just I don't know if they want to take that step up and be that extra brand. I believe they can do it. They just have to establish what Raw and SmackDown's establishing. Like,
hmm
okay, so where do we pull our developmental from now? Like, if they're becoming the main brand, I think I don't think you should be putting talent that we're not familiar with. Like, you see how it's some couple of weeks that they might just throw a random chick out there. We don't know who this chick is or who this dude is. Like,
And like I said, that starts with establishing a food chain with NXT.
mm-hmm.
And if you want to see if you want to incorporate some TNA names on top of that, that's fine. But have some sort of pecking order.
I think that'd be a great working relationship to help NXT get to the main, like help establish them, be a real third brand. You're mixing it in with a whole actual promotion,
And just think
an
the way to
established
define it as
promotion.
a third brand, they're doing something completely different than what Raw and SmackDown are doing. Like Raw and SmackDown might have the storytelling, but the NXT TNA partnership, that could be possible cross brand warfare. It could be just if you want to see some invasion shit, go to CW on Tuesdays, and then if whatever you miss on there, hit up Access on TNA. You'll catch a part two to that.
Yeah, it's gonna really, to me, I think it's gonna feel like separate worlds within the same world a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like you got the Raw and the SmackDown universes, they gonna feel different. And then NXT feels like a little bit more open to the world. Like, okay, you don't know,
Yep,
like
you
like
thought
you
you
said,
knew.
yeah. Like what if on CW, remember when I was saying, yo, what if they start incorporating the Japan talent that they working with? What if they start putting them guys on TV, get us familiar with them now? Like,
hmm
okay, hold on. Now you're giving exposure to people that like somebody like me, if I don't watch too much outside of WWE, now it's like, okay, now I'm getting familiar.
So
Like,
I believe tonight Noah starts their N1 tournament. So Josh Briggs is in Japan right now. Tavion Heights is in Japan right now. They're going to show out, represent NXT. And then let's say they have the working jobs with Marigold. and potentially All Japan Pro Wrestling and a few other promotions, to name a few. So NXT they're putting an emphasis on the worldwide aspects of it. Yeah, WWE they're having the PLEs there, but NXT they're establishing the working relationships with those countries.
Just then, some people got this match tied up. They got Madrimov and Bud tied right now.
Yeah, it hasn't
You
been
have to
much to write
defeat the
home about.
champion.
I said it'll be a champion's advantage. It doesn't bring real
Yep.
knockdown. So if you're not really putting damage on the champion will likely retain. That's how boxing almost always is.
Got to defeat the
Which is a
champion.
shame.
Jelly Slam. I'm crying.
Now, which move is the bigger holy shit moment? Jelly Rolls choke slam, or the first time we saw Bad Bunny hit Johnny Thousand Names with a Canadian Destroyer?
That's a good one.
Because both of them were like, what?
Facts. I think I'm gonna give it to Bunny just because he was in a match. But just seeing Jelly Roll do this too was impressive. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm telling you, like, no matter who you are, if you got an ounce of heart in you, DX can work with it. They can find something for you.
No, and I think it's always fun to see celebrities get into the ring, right?
Well, it depends on who it is too. I mean, like I said, it starts with you gotta want it, and it can't be no like bullshit type deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't like when it's forced. Like it feel like
Like for example, Snooki at WrestleMania. Need I say more? Kevin Federline on Raw on attacking John Cena. Hugh Jackman, I believe he knocked out the Miz. I think.
even what's his name? Kevin Stewart, right? That's his name, Stewart. He was at
Yeah.
a few years
No,
ago.
John Stewart.
John Stewart. That's a
I didn't want Cena to tie Flair's record.
Little cringy shit. Now I like when they get in there and be competitive and it look good. Like it look like like you know what I'm saying. Like if you did this on the regular, you a big dude. It ain't like they just had some small dude go in there and choke slam them or this is a big dude, bro. Like
it's not like we saw MGK attempt a 450.
Yeah, like
now if he was able to hit that, it's a whole different story. But
and even MGK, right? Like when he did his thing, Kevin Owens power bombed him off the stage or something. Like he knew he wasn't going to go in there and be washing people. Like just go in there and take the move.
Kevin will take care of him too.
Yeah, have fun. Who was it? KSI or Speed? They both took RKOs. Go in there, have fun moment, right?
Speed admitted he was legitimately fucked up after that RKO.
Now those I would say it was cool because those are like content creators and you know what I'm saying, shit like that. So it was a little bit different. So it was cool for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But again, it's like if you know Randy Orton's got about a foot and a half on height on you, at least 100 pounds on you, the last thing you want to do is have your body go stiff.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to play celebrities of past, but I feel like in this era, I feel like I've seen a lot of celebrities work out, be athletic, like that time. So I'm not really surprised when I see a few people get down.
So what you're saying is a lot better than what we saw with Pete Rose and Drew Carey.
Yes. Yeah, like, I don't know what Vince McMahon's reaching out to the old head celebrities and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you got these dudes in the ring?
I mean, on that topic, we'll add them on the list as well. We should probably watch that match with was it Bam Bam Bigelow and Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah,
WrestleMania. We should probably watch that one because
that's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like as a grown man, I probably look like damn. But as a kid, I thought it was like I really thought worlds were crossing over. Like I thought Lawrence was still in the NFL. Like you know what I'm saying, seeing him wear a jersey and all of it. Like
and I think that this wasn't that much after the Joe Theismann injury too. So it's like, oh shit, he a killer.
so
And then fast forward a year to the Brawl for All finals with Bart Gunn and Butterbean, just throwing them to the wolves.
also fun as a kid. Like and that time, remember we ain't got YouTube like that, so you hear all the story. Oh, Butterbean was beast. You just see highlights of him every time he's in a boxing fight and shit like that. So
Or even on the flip side, like Steve Wills was supposed to win that tournament. He gets knocked out in the first fight of the tournament.
yeah,
So Butterbean's there to issue the receipt.
yeah, shit was like shoot, right? Crazy.
Or even, do you remember old boy Daniel Peter from the Tough Enough competition?
Yeah,
They're doing a little grappling thing with Kurt Angle, and he puts Kurt in an actual Kimura lock. His receipt comes up the Rumble where you have Benoit, Eddie, and Bob Holly beating the dog shit out of him.
yeah. I really like you know some people stay in their lane. Like they're not out there disrespecting the craft, and I think that's what I enjoy about the celebrities. Like you said, there's no bullshit. They in there really studying what they got to do to sell the moment.
But like I started with, they all have a level of respect for the craft.
Mm-hmm.
How often do we hear, oh, that shit's fake, oh, that shit's fugazi, whatever, blah, blah, shit ain't real. When you have motherfuckers that are falling from 10 to 15 onto a table, onto a 1 inch pad on the concrete, you have folks that are potentially getting dropped on their heads from power drives or suplexes or whatever. The antics, yes, may be staged and possibly choreographed on some occasions, but you can't deny that it's not a level of sport. You cannot deny certain levels of physicality. So you mean to tell me when Gunter chops the soul out of you and your chest is bleeding everywhere, that shit's fake? You gonna tell me that's all ketchup right there?
Right. And it's
When
a
Darby
technique.
Allen drives, when Darby Allen dives with the pane of glass, he starts bleeding all over the place. You gonna tell me that's all ketchup right there?
And if you really want to sell the man's chop, right, there's a technique to really get the loudest sound out of it. Like when they
Yeah.
sit tense up like that, you ain't really gonna get much out of it.
Or even when Chris Van Vliet was at the flatback school, the school of Sean Spears and Tyler Breeze, and he's willingly taking the chops. And Spears, he is not letting up in the slightest. He's letting him know, like, you sure you want this? I'm asking you one more time. You sure you want this? You can say no. I want this. Bam!
Yup. There's a respect for it now. Like I feel like celebrities used to go in there and just get that bag, make an appearance, a walkthrough. Like there's a genuine respect now for what's going on. And it's
There's a respect. There's an appreciation because a lot of the folks that are celebrities today, much like us, we grew up watching this, so we appreciated the craft. We appreciate what they do. Yeah, you can do the whole don't try it at home, whatever. Yes, a lot of us are well versed on what happened with guys like Owen Hart. We're well versed on the Benoit situation. We've seen the Lex Luger spot on YouTube and WCW. We've seen some of us have willingly paid for and stomached Ric Flair's last match where he has a heart attack mid match. We're well aware of these risks that folks take, but much like even watching a circus to a degree, I'm not saying disrespectfully, but or watching a box MMA fight, we appreciate themselves putting their bodies on the line. Or even like Nitro Circus as well. Like we appreciate what they're doing. Even with the X Games that we see in Summer Winter, we appreciate what they're doing because they're doing this for our entertainment and for our appeasement.
That's a big fact. Again, I thought tonight was a phenomenal show. I'm interested to see how Berlin shapes out because I kind of thought about what Snakes was saying, right? I haven't seen much presentation for Bad Shot Berlin. Like they kind of just do the graphic in the bottom. Oh yeah, in 4 weeks you're gonna have
what I've noticed with each PLE respectively, everyone's been, like I said, 3 to 5 weeks apart. But in that time frame, each PLE is getting its own respective build-up each go around. So we'll probably see everything kickstart. I assume it's going to be a more of a raw dominant. Because I said they've been trading off PLEs, but or maybe it could be more Smack dominant. But still, like now that we're past SummerSlam, come Monday, come Friday, we will start seeing the build-ups for that, and it's going to get it's 4 solid weeks, 8 shows from Raw and SmackDown combined. It's going to be just fine.
Would you be mad if we seen a triple threat match between Gunther, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest?
It depends how we get there. As of right now, I'd much rather see a triple threat of Priest, Gunter, and maybe Drew, because Drew could chime in saying, "All your pinfalls those were on Sheamus, they weren't on me," or something like that.
They could get into a war of words tomorrow, Monday, where
or even Seth could say, "I'm owed a rematch."
Finn can argue to Gunther, look, you kicked me in the head, but you only champion because I put your foot on the rope. Like Finn could start talking his shit to Gunther, like in reality, Damian had you beat in my eyes, but I had to help you, and I only did that to screw over Damian.
I still feel Seth has a horse in the race because he was never granted an official rematch.
Now I do feel that, but I feel like we're gonna get a segment between Seth, Punk.
I can easily see Punk and Seth, or Punk and Drew running it back in Berlin, and maybe we get Punk Seth round 1 at Bad Blood. Like I said, Raw and SmackDown collectively they're gathering an abundance of blood feuds.
Nah, they definitely are. It's gonna be interesting to see. I think did Bud win? I think Bud won.
Yeah. Terrence Crawford is the new super welterweight champion. And the fight didn't seem like much. They gave one of the folks representing Riyadh's sponsorships a commemorative belt before the fight started after the Eminem concert. They doing the Triple H thing. Everybody gets a belt.
You got to sell the moment in the city for them.
But as far as boxing, what's the next big fight? Canelo next month?
Mayweather, John Gotti.
Mayweather Gotti in Mexico.
I believe August 24th, somewhere around there.
Oh, it's this month.
I believe so, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I thought it wasn't until like the winter, but shit, you might be right. Now, I have mixed emotions about that matchup because I saw the first fight and it was a shit show. I question Gotti's discipline because yes, it's a money grab for both of them.
Yep, August 24th.
Hopefully, Gotti and that family can stay out of the crosshairs with the cartel over there. But I don't think Mayweather is well liked in Mexico either.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting setup right there.
Yeah. Hopefully, they just get in, get out, go home. Ain't no bullshit. Ain't no extracurricular drama. Yeah. Once I saw that they were going to have the fight in Mexico, I thought that was very questionable.
Yeah, that's the only thing right now that I know. I'm not sure when the Jake Paul. I know that's coming up soon too. Like yo, it's so crazy because like
J-
we're
if
already in
Jake and
August.
if Jake and Mike happens, that'll be November 15th. If that happens,
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna run through August low key. Like we got Berlin happening at the end of the month. Like there's gonna be another 4 weeks of shit happening.
the week before Berlin, we got Wembley.
Yeah. The
But
only thing that's interesting to me is gonna be the slow. I feel I don't want to call it a slowdown, but I want to see how they gonna build bad blood with nothing basically. Like there's no PLE in September that I see.
nope, there's not. We double checked that last night. So
Mm-hmm.
we have Berlin, and then we have Bad Blood. Bad Blood is a little over 60 days away in
That's
Hotland, Georgia.
unless they
It's
do some surprise show, like, but I don't see it. Maybe an NXT PLE just to give the fans.
maybe if that might be all we get. Which again, I'm not mad at it. Everything is just perfectly timed. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah,
But I mean, but real quick back to Wembley. After what I saw this past Wednesday, and to what I was reading about yesterday, I'm losing my faith.
I've been lost faith.
But like I said, I wanted to give them an ounce of hope, and every time when I give them an ounce of hope, they give me every reason as to why I did that in the first place. They made me question my judgment on that. It's like, why?
Like I feel like last year Wembley card, I really wanted to see Punk versus Samoa Joe. That was the
And the
sell.
match was fine.
But no, I'm saying like that's really all I really tuned in for. This year I'm not getting none of that. So it's like this just look like a regular card to me, with all due respect. Like Brian is working
Well,
on another card. We seen MJ. We're getting a rematch. Like they gave us the switch of the title on a regular Wednesday, and now we see
yeah,
a rematch.
but the rumor is Britt could potentially be taken off that card against Mercedes
Yeah, that's
because
another
of
thing. Like, come on.
because of the drama that broke yesterday.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's like that event got bad juju surrounding it right now. Or like it's just like unfortunate that around this time period, some dumb shit be happening for AEW.
For most, if not all, of their quote unquote big shows, they've all been clouded by situations, whether it be Andrade punches Sammy Guevara in the face trying to get fired, whether it's the brawl out situation, whether it's the Jungle Boy situation, the Jericho drama, which I think was around at Wembley as well. You name it. Like there's been a whole lot of bullshit that surrounded a lot of these big shows, which makes us forget of the matches from the cards. Now, most of these cards, with them being four in general, a lot of folks forget what happened in the shows
Is it
anyway.
is it
So,
is it is it that it make us forget, or is it more entertaining than the show? Sorry to say.
I
Like the
mean,
like
drama. I'd say there's more drama, which takes away from it. But let's look at Revolution, for example. Sting's retirement show. All folks remember is Darby falling through the glass on a 4-hour show. Do you remember anything else from that pay per view? I certainly don't.
nah, because I got TOS for that video. So I'm gonna always remember that video. That clip, that segment. That shit permanently stays with me. I can't remove it.
Okay. Maybe it's a little different for you.
Nah, but all jokes aside, though, nah, you're right though. I don't even remember. Like, I can't. That's the only spot I remember. The Bucks tipping him over the lat or holding
And,
him.
and I,
Is
And I want to say their very first Revolution. You had Adam Cole debut, and then less than 90 seconds later, you have Brian Danielson debut. Just because. Like they do this to themselves. They cannot stay out of their own goddamn way. And
Because Wembley fucked up because that was presented as like they WrestleMania once it became Wembley. Before that, it was the other shit. The what was
All
the
out
shit?
in Chicago.
Right. Then you get this shit, the all in shit in Wembley. Now it become like that's like it should have just been like what WWE doing. Like, yeah, we going overseas. This is our way to expand. It shouldn't be like, oh,
But
this is our where we're gonna put the most fire of fire and nah, because all y'all shows is kind of fire. Like in terms of pay-per-views, y'all pay-per-views is fire, but it's what's making this really different, the spectacle
what
behind
makes us want to watch it, aside
it. Yeah,
from me handing you $50?
right. Cause y'all in London. Like, come on.
And here's kind of, yeah, I guess we can call it irony with them. It's like, one, do all shows need to be 4 hours long? No. Does Tony ultimately put on great pay-per-view cards? Yes, I'll give him that. Most of the time, they're pretty good cards that exceed some expectations. But it's the before and after which turns people away. And no matter what happens, no matter how bad it is, Tony Khan and Dave Meltzer will be on all fours trying to justify why everything is quote unquote great. In Tony Khan's eyes, nothing is ever wrong with AEW. Everyone is just jealous of AEW. Sir, if Triple H was remotely jealous or envious of you guys, he would have already bought you guys out years ago. I could promise you that. If he thought you guys were worth a damn, he would have NXT on Wednesdays, same time as Dynamite, and they would be running roughshod over you.
I'm not gonna lie.
But
Like, I feel like the whole point, like Tony Khan fucked himself, right? And I'm gonna tell you why.
definitely,
And we know that he's fucked himself on many occasions, but I felt like his mission statement was to get Vince out of power. The second that shit happened, WWE went fucking up.
yeah.
They
Like I
fucking
said,
went up.
the main thing that fucked over AEW was Vince McMahon leaving power, losing power.
Yeah.
That's what fucked them over because again that they needed that. Tony Khan needed to justify him stating they're the evil empire, they're the Harvey Weinstein of pro wrestling. We're better. I got more money than them. I got this. I got this. Blah blah blah. Well, here's the thing. You paid for Wembley twice now.
Mm.
London, the country or the United Kingdom, is paying WWE to bring a WrestleMania there. And not only that, like I said, maybe a stand and deliver, a Raw, SmackDown, NXT. So essentially, 6 shows. London is paying Triple H this to bring them here. You are just spending and wasting your money.
Which the thought of that is kind of crazy, right?
Yeah. And like I said, yes, you guys have had full houses for these Texas shows. It's an esports venue. It's a very small venue. Kudos to you.
Mhm.
But again, you're not giving folks a reason to tune in. Like one of the reasons why I say this past Dino absolutely fucking sucked was a match between. Now again, I actually love the name of this faction because Mark Briscoe named it the Conglomeration. I don't care. That's fucking funny. But you have Mark Briscoe, Ishii, Orange Cassidy. I don't fucking care. On the flip side, you have Roderick Strong representing Undisputed Kingdom, and then you throw in uh, 2 random fuckers on top of that. You throw in Rouge, who has funk with your own faction, and then you throw in fucking Mortos, who has funk with anybody states had to begin with, supposedly. So you have 3 random folks instead of having just the Undisputed Kingdom versus the Conglomeration. Why create a faction that's a ripoff of Undisputed Era in WWE and you don't do fuck all with them? Roderick Strong, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, Wardlow, Adam Cole. Adam Cole's injured. I'll buy you that one. But what about the other four? The fuck happened to Wardlow? Where's Matt Taven and Mike Bennett? Where's Maria Kanellis?
The replay is officially up, and so is the post show.
I know what you're watching tonight.
Sir.
I'll tell you, it is a beautiful show. Like I said earlier, like it's rare when anyone just says this is the PLE that I will happily rewatch. It was that damn good. I will love when this show has its 5-year anniversary. This podcast right here, let's rewatch this PLE because of how special it was. I'm curious to see how this PLE stands the test of time moving forward.
I'm already seeing folks say SummerSlam. This SummerSlam is beating SummerSlam in 15 years. That's how good it was. People already booking this to smack future SummerSlams. Like, that's how crazy.
Like I said, I can see an argument where this one show contests both nights of WrestleMania. I can see how this show matches up against the takeovers. This show was absolutely special. And it's a testament that not every show needed to have 10, 12, 20 fucking matches on the card. You have your quality shit. You have other stuff that you have in the wings. You're just letting it build to get better, to ensure it's a main event level show. With this show specifically, we talked about it yesterday and then a few weeks past. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't have mattered the order of this card. It would have been as good, regardless of the order.
It looked like
now, granted, what we got in this main event, it justifies the main event being the main event, so that's a little different. But as far as the rest of the matches, like it didn't matter who went on where. We could have started with Bayley versus Nia. We could have started with Punk versus Drew. We could have started with anybody else. Like what we saw was an actual like landmark statement.
Let me ask you something.
WWE.
You felt like when they announced 57,000, did you feel like that was a little bit? Did you expect them to throw a higher number out there?
To be honest, I'm kind of shocked they didn't break 60.
I'm glad they were at least honest, though.
Then because with the setup or whatever, it took a couple matches for folks to get in that venue because a lot of folks were still hanging by the pre-show setup still, and this like half an hour before the show starts. So like, again, it's a great number. I'm surprised that, like I said, I'm shocked this wasn't a sellout. I'm shocked that this wasn't like a record-breaking crowd to that degree. But again, like it's a testament to them holding in surprises.
I guess
like, I'm sure had folks knew Roman was going to be there, that might have pushed more tickets or whatever. But again, that's fine.
Right, I was just about to say that. Like, it set the tone for really can't miss PLE shit again. Like,
you don't know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. And I said, they have so many things going on to where it seems like, regardless of what direction they go into, there's no wrong answer. And the fact that they've been able to do that consistently, yeah, there's been a couple questionable things here and there. I mean, yeah, you have the stuff with Cody and AJ, but aside from that blemish and maybe the hiccups by Tongaloa, what had they really messed up on the main roster? Nothing. And I don't think they've ever been this consistently hot, ever. Aside from maybe the Attitude Era, but that's apples and oranges the way I see it.
It's been a hell of a fucking ride into the SummerSlam. Like, I was thinking about that earlier. I'm like, bro, it's like WWE really taking us on a fun ride and journey where we get to do this every week, a couple times out the weekend. really talk about the shit that we love and fantasy book and do all this shit that we basically do and dissect the craft. You know what I'm saying?
Also, I can confirm Zilla was in the crowd during the PLE.
Fire. Pump faking people, you heard?
He would. I guess he's allegedly he skipped out of an indie event today, but he was just chilling in the crowd.
Pump
Also,
fake.
WWE Shop just put out a Roman Reigns commemorative WWE title belt, and this son bitch looks clean.
Oh, wait, I'm about to go look that up.
I'm putting it in the group Twitter right now. You should be seeing it any second now. I'm. How much is this bitch gonna cost?
I've always wanted to get those belts, but they run a little too much for my spending habits. Not even gonna lie.
Do I order that shirt now? I think yes.
They got the tank tops too.
They got the tank top. They got the hoodie. They got
Yeah.
the t-shirt. Everything but the long sleeve. Again, I can't stress this enough. Tonight was we are spoiled as fans. I'm just going to say it like we are spoiled.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
Like I said, SmackDown is now can't miss. Raw is can't miss. Also, I'm just now seeing that clip of Tonga missing the ring post. It looks like it was almost by design.
Which spot is that?
Where Tama Tonga is holding up Tonga Loa, and then just before Tama hits him with that splash, Tonga will push him in that corner. Based on his running pattern, it looks like it was by design. Like he meant to do that.
I felt like that. It shit still looked weird though.
Because almost like he's so strong, he can just ragdoll you as he sees fit. That's how it comes off to me. Folks will probably argue otherwise, but I'm just speaking on what I see. And after the Punk and Drew match, Punk was seen being embraced by Stephanie McMahon in a hug.
Mm.
And that would have been a moment
Facts,
if it was on camera.
Will said Raw and SmackDown about to be crazy this week. That's a fact, bro.
Most
Twitch.
beyond a shadow of a doubt, like, it's gonna be insane. Like I said, I don't think the way SmackDown's been doing their shows, I can see it being justified that they go to 3 hours, but let's see how everything else elevates. But just what we have looking forward to Raw this Monday.
Oh, that Roman belt is sick.
Ooh. Yeah, but I said just we only scratched the surface of what we can see on Raw, and I'm salivating already at that.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I mean, anything else before we get out of here?
No, like I said, if you want to give them a little bonus treat, I'm down for it. Like I said, there's so much more that we can uncover, whether between the boxing, from the Olympics. If y'all want to cover vultures and other music that came out this week, we can do that as well. Or if you want to wait out for Monday, I'm here for everything.
Yeah, I think we probably wait up till Monday. I'm about to rewatch the SummerSlam, see anything notable on the post conference, see what the Twitters is looking like, checking on these updates.
Just soak it all in.
Hell yeah. Like you said earlier, this is one of the rare instances where, like, I want to appreciate everything all over again, because it's kind of like a movie, right? With some of your favorite movies, you could catch everything, but as the human brain, is it really registering everything all at once? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I really dodging everything? Everything, is there something I might have missed? Body
And
language,
also,
facial
on,
expression.
the- on the topic of like movies and shit, like the Joker, I saw that a few times in theaters. Avengers Endgame, I saw that a few times in theaters. Uh, Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker, I saw several times in theaters. I plan on seeing Deadpool a few more times in theaters because those movies were that good. This SummerSlam is no exception to that rule. It was that good. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, like right now, I'm watching Rhea Ripley walk out. Now Liv is coming out.
Uh, you wasted no time.
No time, no time. I don't got it high, right, for the copyright purposes. But
I love it.
yeah, I'm like, man, just like I want to see that moment where Dom does what he does again. You know what I'm saying?
The eyes,
I-
Chico. The eyes never lie.
the backstage segments with Finn and Damien. You know, a few things that they might not post up on social media, right? Like we always see people kind of post up the same moments. I just want to like I said, catch the little things that
Ooh,
might matter to me.
I have somewhat breaking news, but so in SummerSlam for the Japanese commentary was throughout the show was Pro Wrestling Noah legend Naomichi Marufuji. Immediately when Gunter was crowned champion, Marufuji told the media, "I want to fight him. I want next."
Ooh,
That ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, if you have not seen Naomichi Marufuji in action, you do not want to miss that.
not gonna lie,
If
too. This could be
if
a
that
hot
were to
take.
happen,
This could be a hot take for AEW fans, but I feel like WWE could do a way better job at a Worlds Collide than a Forbidden Door. They already got the name, right? Like if they really want to tap into that
Mhm.
Worlds Collide bag, that should be crazy.
Just think NXT, potentially some main roster folks, Pro Wrestling Noah, maybe Lucha Libre Triple A, Konan's promotion,
TNA,
Progress Wrestling from the UK, TNA,
Marigold, just to have the females incorporated, right? Or what
maybe
or the
maybe All
star.
Japan Pro Wrestling. There's so many promotions that they are now setting up relationships with. Like I said, they are they're making so much money. They're willing to hand out that the checks that they get from all these big shots to everybody else, saying, "Hey, no, everybody eating now."
I think the build will be impeccable too. Like you see how AEW, they gotta surround their whole show for the month building into the Forbidden Door. Nah, WWE all gotta do is one segment on each show. Literally. Oh, like you said, a few main Raw. It's not taking up the whole Raw. It's not taking up the whole SmackDown. Even like it could be a one-off PLE. Like, you know what I'm saying? You see how they doing 2 in 1 month right now.
And then the folks that they incorporate with it's all within reason. Like it's either folks have history there or there's some family history there from their past. Everything has purpose. Everything has significance. That's why they're making all these moves.
Yup. And
AJ
that could be
Styles earlier this year went to Pro Show to fight Marufuji because one, they've never had a one-on-one, and AJ's always wanted to go back to Japan. He can't really do some stuff in New Japan because they have the AEW partnership right now. So Noah is the next best thing, and Marufuji is an absolute fucking legend. He's a fucking dog.
that could be NXT's way also to establish themselves as a third brand, have it make sense where you got the main roster and NXT come under one roof for a PLE instead of just shoving, oh yeah, the Royal Rumble with NXT superstars, or like you know how they tried to include NXT into a ready main event or main roster PLEs. Like this would be a way that all right, everybody's already included and shed some light on what's going on NXT along with the other wrestling promotions.
Or again, I said with the N1, you have two rising stars from NXT in this tournament. Like you like to an argument like how New Japan calls her Ricky's young lions, you essentially have two young lions in this tournament. You have two Rickies in this tournament, and this is the second biggest tournament in Japan. Probably the second biggest tournament in the world. Everybody is earning their keep.
For sure, though.
But as we wind down, I will let you enjoy rewatching history. I will be enjoying the N1 as well as the G1 immediately following that.
Hell yeah.
Stop it for me, folks.
Chat, we appreciate y'all so much kicking it with us. You know what I'm saying? Talking wrestling and jumping in on the conversation. This is what we love, man. Off the hip, welcome your thoughts. My brother Snake Eyes, my brother Razor. We
Until the next one.
out.